Hi guys, welcome back to Dynatrace complete tutorial. Hope you all are fantastic. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, kindly subscribe. In this video, I am going to cover complete Dynatrace from the scratch to the till advanced topics. And the topics whatever I am covering in this video are: first one is one agent installation, like how we can install the one agent and Linux machine. Then we'll talk about host performance monitoring, like after installing the agent, where we can view the data like CPU usage, memory usage, logical disk, all those things on the Dynatrace. After that, we'll cover about renaming the host, and then process monitoring, how to set up. After that, service monitoring, and then comes important topic like maintenance window creation to suppress the alerts for the known activity like patching. Then we'll talk about tags. There are different methods like manual and automatic. So in this video, I'm going to cover both the methods, like how we can create with the help of manual and automatic. In case of automatic, again, there are different ways, and I'm going to cover that as well. Dynatrace has given by default monitoring of few of the parameters. If you want to monitor any other parameters apart from that, then you need to create the custom alerts. So I'll explain how to create that. Then we'll talk about real user monitoring. That is very important topic in the Dynatrace. That is RUM, we can see in the short way, right? In this video, I will cover both agent based real user monitoring and agentless real user monitoring. After that, synthetic monitoring and ActiveGate installation. Then I'll cover about Dynatrace pattern language, one of the important technology in Dynatrace. Then I'll talk about DQL, just like a SQL language that we are going to use in the Dynatrace to pull the data from the database. Then we'll talk about dashboard, how to create the dashboard and add the different visualization to that. Then we'll cover about notebooks, another important topic in the Dynatrace, that is notebooks. So we will create the notebooks with the help of DQL in this video. Then I'll cover about segments, and finally Dynatrace API. This is also one of the important topic in the Dynatrace. Without using the GUI part, just by using the API, that is application programming interface, we can create the complete setup of monitoring. So all these topics I'm going to cover in this particular video only. So if you are feeling the contents are useful, kindly subscribe to our channel and also please share with your friends. So now, without wasting any further time, let's start.
At first, we'll start installing the Dynatrace OneAgent on Linux machine. To install the Dynatrace OneAgent on the Linux machine, we need to build the virtual machine for that. So first, we should go into AWS console. It is not necessarily AWS. If you are using other cloud providers like Google Cloud or Azure, you can take use of that. But throughout this course, we are taking use of AWS only. Okay. Right now, I have connected to the AWS console. Then I'll go to the EC2. And inside that, I will launch one particular instance for installing our agent. Here you have option called launch instance type. Just click on that. Okay. Then it will ask for the name. For example, I'll give the name as Linux 001 and scroll it down. Here you need to select the what type of operating system you are going to use, like Windows, Ubuntu, Mac OS, Amazon Linux. As I told earlier, for this demonstration, first I am taking Amazon Linux. So I'll leave as it is, then scroll down. Okay. Then comes instance type. In the instance type, you need to select the proper configuration, like how much virtual CPU would be there or what is the RAM, all those things you need to select. Since I'm doing the demo here, I will go with the free tier only. So I'm not making any changes over here. And if you are learning for the first time, of course, you can take use of this one only, right? Then scroll a little down. Here you will find an option called key pair. To log in the server, you need to have the proper key pair information, then only it will authenticate. If you have created the key pair already, you can simply select that one, or else if you want to create a new one, simply click on create new key pair. Since it is the first time, what I will do, I'll just simply click on create new key pair so that you will also understand. And I'll provide the name here, like I'll provide DT training. That means Dynatrace training. Okay. So in future, whenever you are logging to this particular server, you need to use this particular key only. So our key is ready. Simply click on create a key pair and keep this particular key pair information in a separate place, because every time you need to use the same thing, right? Please remember that point as well, right? Right now it is in the downloads folder. I'll leave as it is, and finally I'll click on launch instance. So within a few seconds, we are ready with our virtual machine. Our next task is go to the Dynatrace console and take the agent and install over here. Okay, I'll go to my Dynatrace console, and here you have an option called apps, and in the apps search deploy OneAgent, right? It is the right deploy OneAgent. Let me click on that so that it will go to the next section where it will mention what all are the options were available, like operating system information and how to install the OneAgent, right? All those things will be available in this particular screen, right? Dynatrace is supporting all these things. You can install the agent on Windows, Linux, AIX, Solaris, right? Kubernetes, OpenShift, so many options were there. So first we are starting with the Linux. So I'll simply choose that one, and then you need to create the token. If the token is already there, and of course you can copy paste, that is not a problem. Since I'm demonstrating for the first time, I'll simply click on create token. So automatically our token is ready. You can copy this token and keep it in a secure place. Later point of time, you can take use of the same token for other servers as well, right? Then comes monitoring mode. Here you will find three options, that is full stack, infrastructure, and discovery. And of course, we'll learn about these three things in the upcoming classes. But for the high level, I can explain. Full stack means it is going to monitor each and everything, like end to end. Application, services, all the informations we are going to cover with the help of full stack. But if you select infrastructure, it is going to check only OS related parameters, nothing else, like CPU, memory, disk, right? High level information we will get. And final one is discovery. It is going to do the basic health check. So most of the times our dependency would be full stack and infrastructure, right? If you are interested in only infrastructure related information, then go for infrastructure. And if you wanted to get the information about your application also, then go for the full stack. For the demonstration, I will take full stack, then scroll down, and here is our command. Okay, this is the command going to download the Dynatrace OneAgent on your virtual machine. So what I will do, I'll simply click on copy. I'll go to my VM and then go to instances. I need to connect, right? So select the instance and then click on connect, right? This is the particular VM I have created in AWS. I'll click on select, then click on connect. And finally scroll down. Here also you'll find one more connect. Just click on that option again. Then it will connect to your virtual machine automatically. Suppose if you are connecting via the putty or putty, you can say, then at that time you need to use the proper key. Like whatever I have stored, right? That information you need to select. But now I am connecting directly from the AWS console itself. So successfully I have logged into my virtual machine. Our next task is downloading the OneAgent. So to download the OneAgent, our command is already ready. I have taken it from the Dynatrace console. This is the one. Then I came here. I then simply click on enter. So within a few seconds, it is going to download our agent. You can see, right? Dynatrace OneAgent and then the version information. After downloading the OneAgent, we need to verify the signature, and Dynatrace is given the command for the verification as well. So I will go to my console again. And here it is, verify the signature. So you no need to modify anything, just copy and run over the VM. That's it. So that it will verify your VM. Okay. You can see right now the download of the Dynatrace OneAgent is done successfully. Now I need to verify you. So I simply executing the command. I have not modified anything. So just copy paste, nothing else. Right. And final thing is you need to install the agent. So for what we have done, we have downloaded the agent and then we have verified the signature. But our main task is installing the agent, right? To install the agent, you need to use this particular command. And of course, you need to concentrate on one more thing, that is run the installer with root rights. You should run this particular command as a root. Then only it will run successfully. Without root, it will definitely fail. And you are noticing one more thing here, how we are setting the parameters. For example, here you can say, right, set monitoring mode equal to full stack, right? If you want to modify as an infrastructure, you can provide this information here. And of course, we are doing one more thing here. We are setting up app log content access equal to true. It means we are going to monitor the logs as well. So like that, if you want to provide any parameters over here, that you can do. Okay. Right now, I'll copy this one. I'll go to my instance again and I will run here. But it will fail this time. Just to show that I have done this one, right? You can say, right, error. For what reason it is failing? The reason for this one is it don't have a required permission. You can see, right, Dynatrace OneAgent installer requires a root privilege. since I don't run this particular command as a root, it is failing. Now what I will do, I'll simply type sudo su, right? And then I'll click on enter. Now I turn into a root, and you are able to see that information as well. Now I turn into a root. Then I'll execute, but this time it will not give any error. It will successfully install. Okay. You can see right now extracting, installation, verification of the space, all those things are happening at the back end. You can see now checking the free space and followed by the path. Like that, it will do couple of checks at the background directly, right? And then it will install the agent automatically. Once the agent installation is successful, then you should go into the Dynatrace console, and then you can click on show deployment status. In the show deployment status, it will show like server name and all the information, whatever the process it has captured. You will get the detailed information over there. Before clicking on this show deployment status, I'll go to my VM again and I'll wait for few seconds, because our agent should install, right? Then only it will display over the Dynatrace. So let's wait for few seconds here. Okay, our agent installation is done properly. You can see over here as well. Dynatrace OneAgent has successfully connected to Dynatrace cluster node. So it means you connected properly. What is cluster node? You can see, right? This is the one it is talking actually. Okay. So now to verify that, we should click on this show deployment status. So once it go into the next page, it will show that information, like whatever we have installed the agent, right, on the virtual machine. That information you will get over here. Okay. Just to make sure, I'll go to my AWS console and you can verify the IP address. For example, now it is showing as 172.31.28.89. Here also we're able to see the same thing, 172.31.28.89. It means we have installed our agent successfully. You just leave about remaining 2 servers here that was installed earlier, so don't worry about that. If you want to see the more information about that, you can click on this option and you are able to see that process is not yet monitored, so we may need to restart our Dynatrace OneAgent on that particular VM so that it will start monitoring that. We'll show you in the next class, but for now you just understand how to install the Dynatrace OneAgent on virtual machine. Now the next concept. After OneAgent installation is successful, we need to verify the performance of that object, right? That's nothing but infrastructure observability. So we have installed our agent on this particular host or server, you can say. Then we need to understand the performance of that one, like how it is behaving, what is the CPU usage, memory usages, what are the problems, what are the processes, events, logs, all those things will be there, right? These all things come under the infrastructure observability. So if you want to get the information about that inside the deployment status and OneAgent, you can click on the particular server name. It will directly take you into the infrastructure page. Or else, if not from this particular page, you can go to the apps and inside the app, type host. Here you will find an option called host classic. And of course, you are able to see one more option, that is infrastructure operation. Dynatrace is providing 2 type of console for you. One is classic, another one is new UI. Okay, so if you are interested in the old view of the Dynatrace, then go for the host classic option. And if you are interested in the new UI, then go for the infrastructure operation. I will show you both the things. Okay, first I'll open the host classic so that it will open in another tab, and also I'll click on infrastructure operation, so it will open in one more tab. So first we'll go into the host classic tab to understand the performance of our server. Okay, this is the page. So as it is clearly mentioning over here, it is going to display the complete host information. If you have 1,000 servers monitoring under the Dynatrace, yes, those all 1,000 servers will be visible inside the host section. And if you want to rename this one, of course it is possible. Simply click on this option and provide your required information like server info. Instead of host, you are interested in server info. Of course, you can modify that and then click on save changes. So going forward, it will be displayed as server info, right? But this is the place where it is going to display all your server information. And of course, it has provided a very, very important filtering option like problem impact, state, monitoring mode, technology, operating system, type, network zone, Kubernetes node levels, and extension running. So based on the requirement, you can choose. If you are interested to find out wherever the problems were there, then click on the impacted so that it will apply the filter and it will display the result according to that. For non-impacted, select this option. It will give the result according to that. Right now, there are no problems on this particular virtual machine, so it is coming under non-impacted. So if any issues like CPU usage issue, memory usage issue, or any garbage kind of thing, then of course it will create a problem. That time, if you want to show that information in the impacted, then you should go for this particular option. Likewise, Dynatrace one is state related, it will show here like running and any. Right now, I have only one server and it is in the running state. That's what you are able to see, only one state. If I have multiple servers and on any one of the server, Dynatrace one is stopped, then you will get that information here as well as a stopped. Then comes the monitoring mode. At the time of agent installation, we have chosen this. Hope you remember, right? There are multiple, right? Discovery, full stack, infrastructure. So based on that, if you want to make the visualization here, that is possible. For example, this server belongs to full stack. If I select the full stack, it will display the information over here. Let me remove this running and impacted because it has taken multiple filtering. So now I will choose only one, that is full stack. According to that, it is displaying the information. Means this particular server belongs to the full stack. Suppose if I select infrastructure, that time it will not display the server information here because that server is enabled as full stack. In your environment, if you have any other servers by the infrastructure level, then it will display the information here, right? Technology wise also it will display the information. Right now there are no technology, so it is showing anything. After that it will show the information. Yes. Next comes operating system. Based on this one also you can segregate the data. For example, right now I have only one, that is Linux, so it is showing Linux. Suppose if I install the agent on Windows machine, then it will give that category as well under below as a Windows. So that time you can choose depending on the requirement. So this is how you can take use of the filtering options. So this is how you can take use of the filtering things in the Dynatrace host section. Okay. So now we are very much interested in the performance data, right? So to get the more information about the performance related, you need to simply click on this particular server. And of course, we are able to see a lot of information on the screen itself. For example, server information is there. What is the operating system you are able to get and what kind of virtualization you are using. Then CPU usage, memory usage, disk latency, and network traffic. To get the more information about this one, you simply click on this one so that you are able to get the data in the graph as well. So it is easy to understand or easy to troubleshoot the issues if there are any. Okay, this is the view. So right now we first went into the host section, then we have selected one particular server and it is displaying that information. And monitoring mode, we have selected full stack and it is showing that. And suppose if there are any problems associated to this particular server, it will show that information. Like as I said, CPU usage, memory usage, something like that. So right now there are no problems and it is showing as a green. If there are any problems, then it will show it as a red color. Okay, right? Let me come down and explain other option as well. First one is uptime. It is going to give the uptime of a server. For example, here it is 24 minutes. And of course, CPU usage information also will get, available memory information and network as well. Like that, if I scroll down, you will get the incoming connection and outgoing connection for this particular server. Right now, there are no application hosted on this particular server and there is no incoming and outgoing connection. So it is completely empty. But in our future classes, you will come to know when we have installed the application over there and we are trying to connect that, you are able to see the network incoming and network outgoing data over here. And this moment you can get only the OS related parameters because just we install the OneAgent, right? Nothing else we have done on the virtual machine. Okay. Next comes CPU usage. Let me make it as a last 30 minutes so that it will be easy to explain. Okay. It is loading again and it will give the data according to that. Earlier it was taking last 2 hours, but now it is taking last 30 minutes. So that is the beauty of Dynatrace. You can adjust the value whatever you want. Based on that, it will display the data over here. Okay. Now it is last 30 minutes and you are able to see the CPU usage according to that. So since there is no applications or no action were going on that particular VM, so everything is zero. Like CPU idle itself is 99.5%. IO wait, you are able to get CPU user information, CPU system, CPU steal, CPU other, all the informations were there. Likewise, if I go to another section here, you will get the memory usage information like memory total, memory reclaimable, and memory used. And one more interesting thing is it is not necessarily always memory usage. If you want to modify this one, yes, it is possible. Simply click on this option and take your required thing here. For example, I am interested in the disk latency part. So select that, it will give the data according to that. Right? You are able to see the data, right? Disk read time and disk right time. So whatever is required for you, you just choose that. According to that, it will give. For example, I will take one more, that is packets. So it will give the data according to that. NIC packet received and NIC packet sent, right? I'll scroll down and you will get the traffic information here as well, right? And then comes the important part, that is process analysis. So at the time of troubleshooting the issues, this part plays a very important role. Suppose if you get an error like CPU usage is very high on this particular VM, so then how you troubleshoot? At that time, you need to understand which process is causing more usage, right? So you simply open the particular host, then go to the process analysis section, and here you are able to see the data, which process is consuming high memory, which process is consuming high CPU. For example, right now, Dynatrace OneAgent extension taking 0.017, OneAgent network monitoring, Linux system, all the process, whatever running on that particular machine, you are able to see complete information over here. Likewise, not only for the CPU level, and you will get the process information at the memory usage level as well, right? So Linux system, OneAgent system monitoring, OneAgent log analytics, like how much usage it is doing, you are able to get the data. If I scroll down, you will get the information based on the technology as well. Right now, it has detected these three. Those are Dynatrace, Go, and Linux. And it will give the detailed information as well. Each technology using what percentage of CPU, what percentage of memory. For example, OneAgent network monitoring belongs to Dynatrace technology, and the CPU usage is this much, and memory usage is this much. If you click on this, you will get the detailed information with respect to this particular processor, this particular technology only. Okay. Likewise, if you click on this one, it will give the data according to that. One is it analytics, how much CPU usage, how much memory usage. Of course, you can change the required metrics depending on the business need. Like connectivity, like if I go to the memory usage, you are interested in the IO part, simply click on IO. According to that, it will display the information. Okay. So likewise, if you come down, then you will get the disk analysis information. What are the disks were available, and then what is the usage of that? For example, right now disk total, that is total available space is 7.94 GB. Out of that, available is 5.28 GB and used is 2.6 GB. Like how we are going down, right? According to that, here our technologies, here our informations were changing. Like if I click on disk analysis, it will go to that particular section. Suppose if you want to go into the host performance again, simply click on that. It will go directly host performance section. So now comes network analysis. Here you will get the traffic in, traffic out. So earlier it was giving nothing, right? But now you are able to see few data over here. What is the traffic in and traffic out? And of course, you can see the packet information as well. All right. Likewise, you will get the detailed information here. SAP usage you will get, events you will get, logs you will get. So we'll talk more about this one because this is very important. Events and logs, we will cover that part separately in the upcoming classes. But I'm explaining that in this particular screen only, you will get each and everything. Okay. If I scroll down log sources, this is also important. Like what are the log sources were detected by the Dynatrace, you will get that information here. And of course, you can switch according to the requirement. As I said, you will learn about these events and logs in detail in the upcoming classes. Don't worry about that. So far, we have learned how to view the data from the classic UI. That is nothing but Dynatrace old UI. As I said earlier, you can view the same data in the new Dynatrace UI as well. So let me show you that how it looks like. I'll go to my next tab, and here you will get the detailed information. How we will go to this particular section? Again, it is same. We should go into the apps and type host, and in that you will get the data. Let me go to deployment status tab. You will be able to see. Yes, I simply searched by the name host, and you are able to see host classic as well as infrastructure operation. Either you can use the word host here or you can use the word infrastructure operation. Both are going to give the same result. So once you click on this infrastructure operation, and this is the page you will get. So it will give the same kind of information whatever you have seen so far in the old UI. Where you will get the host information, you will get that information in this particular section. Let me click on the host. It will display the data. Right now in my environment, I have only one host, that is Linux. So this is the one, and you will get the data like what is the operating system, what type of hypervisor you are using, cloud environment, full stack, health status rules. All right, all these information are there. And likewise, if you add any extra column over here, by default it is taking these many columns. If you want to add any extra columns, so you simply click on this option and you can choose the required things here. For example, I want to see the IP address. Host group name, simply select that and then click on apply, so that you are able to see that data as well. If I scroll little right, you will see that data as well. Host group name is there and IP address also it is available. Likewise, if you want to add or if you want to remove any columns over there, simply select and do that part. Okay, I'll simply click on cancel now and then I'll click on particular host to get the more data. And before going to that, of course, you are able to see the filtering option here as well. Like how we are using in the old UI, here also you have one option to select the data like last 2 hours, last 3 hours. And of course, you can do the customization as well. For example, I want to see last 5 minutes data. So you just need to type -5 over here and then click on apply, so that it will give the data according to that last 5 minutes. What is the current situation with respect to Dynatrace? So let me go to last 30 minutes only, so that it will be easy, right? Let me click on this particular server so that it will go to the next page where you will get the detailed information, right? How you are getting over the classic, right? Likewise, you are able to see the same information here as well. Let me scroll down here, even CPU usage information, here memory use information, then here availability information, and of course technology. There also you're able to see the technologies, right? If you go here and scroll little up, and here you have the technology information, right? Likewise, you will able to see the technology information here as well. Dynatrace, Go, and Linux 3 were detected, and here also 3 were only detected, right? So you want to see more about that, then click on view process, you will get the data. Connection related information is there, network analysis is there, disk analysis. Right now 2 disks are there. What is the space total, space available, space used, writes per second, write IOPS per second. So you have all the data here. And then what all are the different disks are available, right? So same information, nothing changed here. Whatever you are getting in the classic UI, you are able to see the same information here as well, but it is representing the data in a different manner. That's the only difference. So who are interested in the old UI, they can directly go there and use that one. Who are interested in the new UI, they can directly come into the infrastructure and operation and they can take use of that. And also if you want to see the process information again, here also they have provided one more option, that is process. Let me click on that so that you are able to see the process analysis, how it is happening. Individual level you are able to get. You can say, right, one is a system monitoring, how much it is using Linux system, how much it is using, right? What is the technology it belongs to, right? Next section. Now we will learn about how to rename the host. So Dynatrace has detected this particular name automatically, but you feel like this particular name is not good, it should be looks in a different way. So in that case, Dynatrace has provided a beautiful option. So with the help of that, you can provide your name so that it will be looks good for you and you can work easily. So how to do that? Steps are very simple. You need to simply click on the host, which one you want to rename. For example, I want to rename this particular server. Click on that. And in this particular screen, you need to click on these 3 dots. Let me click on that. Then you will find an option called settings. I'll click on settings. And inside the general, you have an option to rename. Right now we are in the general and Dynatrace has detected this particular name. But I will change into something different. I'll go to my AWS console and server name is Linux 001. I wanted to give this one. Okay, that's fine. I'll go to I will go to my Dynatrace console again. I will type Linux 001. That's it. We have renamed our particular server, right? So if I go to the host section again, you will see the new name. Yes, earlier it was with some IP address, right? Now it is with the exact name, whatever I have given, right? So I'll click on that. So inside that also you will see the same server, but later point of time, if you want to go back to the old name, whatever Dynatrace has detected, yes, of course, you can do that as well, right? It is showing Linux 001 only here. To rename that, steps are again same. Go to these 3 dots, then settings, and inside the general it will give the option reset name to the detected. Like when you click on that, whatever Dynatrace is detected, right, it will come back to that name. Let me click on that. Yes, this is the one Dynatrace is detected. It means we are renamed our virtual machine as it was earlier. If I go to the host, it will show this particular name only. This is very simple and easy, but it is very important when you are working in the real-time environment. Now the next section. Next, we will learn another important topic in the Dynatrace, that is nothing but tags. Tags are nothing but, you can say, it is a label that you can attach to a service, host, process, application, or any monitored entity in the Dynatrace. By default, Dynatrace has provided 2 types of tagging. One is manual method, another one is automatic method. So I'm going to cover both the tags in this video. So first we'll start with the manual method. So to create the manual tagging, I'll just open this particular server and I'll create one tag for this particular server. And you will create the tags inside the properties and tags. So just remember the part. So first we went into the host, then entered a particular server, and inside that we are going into a particular section called properties and tags. Let me click on properties and tags. If there are any tags were already available, it will display the information over here. Right now there are no tags allocated or associated to this particular server, so it is completely empty. To create a manual tag, simply click on add tag and provide the information here. For example, I will provide the key value as environment and the value equals to prod. So now I have created one manual tag. So it's having the key as an environment and value as a prod. Simply click on add tag and our tags are ready. So if you want to see it again, go to the properties and tags. It should be displayed here. You can see, right? Environment equals to prod. This particular tag we can take use in creating the problems or creating the dashboards. So many advantages were there. Okay. Hope you got an idea how to create the manual tags. Simply click on add tag and provide the name. Example, I will give one more here like team01 and I will provide the value as SQL. Right. So it means this particular server belongs to SQL. I'll simply click on add. So that we have successfully created two tags. One is prod, another one is SQL. So this is how you can create the manual tags. But the main drawback of this manual tag is, consider if you have thousands of servers. So you want to add the tag for thousands of servers means you cannot log in or you cannot open each server one by one and create the tags. It is very hectic and time consuming. To avoid such kind of situation, we have one more method that we call it as automatic tag. So if you provide a certain rule, so Dynatrace will take care of that automatically. You don't need to worry anything. Let me show you that how it works. So to create the automatic tag, you should go into settings. So first I will go into the settings section. Inside the settings, if I scroll down, you have an option called tags. You are able to see, right? Tags. Inside the tags, there are two. One is manually applied tag. Another one is automatically applied tags that we already covered. So manual tag is over. Now we are with the automatic. Let me click on automatically applied tags. And here you need to create by using this particular option. Let me click on create tag and provide the name to that. I will give it as Wintel team. Okay. So just for understanding, I'll give it as Wintel team. Let me make it as small and this one also small. Okay. And I'll provide this tag belongs to Wintel patching servers. Then, so we have given the name and description also we have mentioned. So I'll simply click on add a new role and provide the tag value here. For example, I will give production, right? For the Wintel team, these are production related, right? Let me give it as production. And value normalization, I will give as it is. If you want to make it as lowercase and uppercase, that you can do here. And then comes rule type. This is very important. They have given two things here, monitored entity and monitor selector. So which one you are going to use, that is up to you. For example, I will go ahead and take use of the monitored entity because that is easy. And then this particular rule is applies to which one, whether it is applicable to service, process group, host, custom device, ESXi host. We need to define, right? Based on that only this particular rule will apply. So for the demonstration, I will take it as a host. It means this particular rule is going to apply to only host. And then what is the condition? So condition will come into the picture here. So we'll provide, let me select the detected name. Okay, detected host name. So I'll provide the condition like if the detected host name contains this particular value, then add this tag to that. So let me take a name here. I'll go to my host classic and this is the name, right? What I will do, I'll take this one. So if the host name match with this particular value, then add the tag, right? So how it will help in the real time? So I'll give an example. Consider you have 100 servers in your environment and it is having the domain like amazon.com. So what you can do, if the host name contains amazon.com, then apply this particular tag. So this is how it works. Since I have only one server in my environment, so I'm just taking the direct server name itself. I'm not taking complete like whatever compute.internal. I'm just taking half of that. I'm providing here. And then if you want to apply this particular tag to the process, then select this one, apply to a process running on the matching host. If not, unselect this. And then finally click on display entities. If there are anything, it will display over here. Yes, it is giving one. Definitely it should be one because I have only one server in my environment. And finally click on save changes. So what we have done, we have created one automatic tag in such a way that wherever the server name meets to this one, applies to that. Here it is mentioned, right? Apply production to the host, detected host name contains this one. Okay, this is what our tag. So now I'll go back to my host and I'll verify whether my tag is applied or not. How to do that? Go to the host classic tab and I'll refresh it again. Okay, then I'll go to properties and tag. It should display the information here. Yes, you can see, right? I have successfully created one more tag, that is Wintel team, and server belongs to production. So there are multiple, right? Production would be there, BUAT, test, something like that. So I have created Wintel team and the server belongs to production. Like that, you can create anything, environment equal to prod or server belongs to DevOps. So many things were there. So it is up to you, like whatever the key value you can use. Hope you got a clear understanding how the automatic tag works in the Dynatrace. Okay. First of all, what is process group? It is nothing but a logical grouping of identical processes that are running on one or more servers. Okay. First, this is my server. So I'll simply click on this one. I will show you one particular process group and I'll then explain how to create a tag for that. Inside this host performance tab, I'll go to process analysis. And then for this demonstration purpose, I'll take use of Amazon SSM agent. Okay. And this is our process name. And then to know the process group, you can click on view process group. Inside the view process group, right now we are going to evaluate is there any tags were available. Okay. And of course, you will not see anything now, but at the end of the video, you are able to see the tags for that. Right. And if the process group is having a tags, means definitely process will also have the tag because it's a kind of child. Right. So this is the process and the name of that one is Amazon SSM agent. If I expand properties and tag, there is nothing. No tags were available. Likewise, if I go to the view process group, that is in the next tab, and if I expand the process and tags, there is also nothing. I don't find any tags over here, right? Process group, Amazon SSM agent, you can say, right? Right now we are talking about the group called Amazon SSM agent and there is no tags over here. For that, we should go into the setting classic and again, you should go into the tags where you will find the tag option, settings, tags, automatically apply tags. And let me click on a create tag and provide the name here. For example, this time I'll give it as team or teams and provide this one belongs to payments team. Okay, something like that. You can give the description, whatever is required for payments team and provide the rule. How to provide? Simply click on add a new rule and provide this is belongs to payments team. Okay, and you can give other option as well, like this is belongs to DevOps, something like that. Okay, let me give it as DevOps, right? Then comes normalization, that is you can leave as it is, that is lower text as it is. Then comes the important point, that is rule applies to. Okay, rule applies to. Right now it is taking by default service. I should make into the process. Well, let me check that is anything. Yes, process groups is there and rule type I'm taking it as a monitored entity only, and you can take it as a entity selector as well depending on the requirement. So now what I have done, I'm going to apply a particular tag called DevOps to the process group. Okay, but to which process we need to define, right? Anyway, we are defining to a process group, but which process group? In the Dynatrace environment, there are thousands of process group would be there, but which one? That you will define inside the condition. Then click on add condition and here you can provide the name. Let me type process. Is there anything like that? Process Amazon group, detected process group. Yeah, here it is, right? Detected process group name. So I'll type if the detected process group name equals to or contains what? I'll give the value this one, Amazon SSM agent. If it is matched, then apply this tag. Okay, and then case sensitive or insensitive, that is up to you. And then click on display entities. If there are anything, it will display over here. Yes, you can see, right? This particular Amazon SSM agent process group is there. And of course, as I said earlier, process group means it is a logical grouping of process. So it will display as a separate entity as well. That's not a problem. Then simply click on save changes. And then if I go back to my process, you should able to see this particular automatically created tag. So nowhere I have added that tag manually to that particular process group, right? I have added that one with the help of automatic rule tag. So now I'll go to my technology and processes. Right now it is empty. If I simply refresh this page means you will get that automatically here. Just notice this particular place. Yes, you can see right now the DevOps tag is added automatically. Key name is Teams and value name is DevOps. Hope you got the understanding how to group or the process group. So everything is depending on the rule how you are going to apply. So if I expand this one, this is the main point here. Let me expand this. Add condition is there, right? This is a very important point. You need to choose the proper information here. If I search simply by the process group, you are able to got, right? Process group detected, process group name, like that. You can choose this for the Docker container name, Docker pull image name, Docker image version. So like that, you can apply your tags to everything in the Dynatrace. So definitely it will help in your future requirements. As I said, for creating the problems or for creating the dashboards or for enabling the maintenance mode, lot of advantages are there for the tags. Open your Dynatrace console. Okay. Then go to the settings, scroll down and you will find an option called manage, expand that, and inside manage you will get settings. I click on settings. Inside setting, furthermore you will get many more sub options, but you need to click on maintenance mode, expand it, and then click on monitoring, alerting and availability. Okay, so in this section we need to enable the maintenance mode, right? So here one is already there. If you want to delete that, just simply click on delete, it will go. Then to create a new maintenance mode, just click on add maintenance mode and provide the name for that. For example, I will give it as patching. For the month, let me consider as May 2025. Okay, like that. Then you need to scroll down. If you want to provide any description for that, just update there, right? Then inside maintenance mode, we will find two options. One is planned and another one is unplanned. If it is a planned activity, then go for the first option. Then it is unplanned, then go for the second option. For now, I'll go with the planned. Then here you'll find furthermore different options here. You can see, right? Detect a problem and alert. Detect problem, but don't alert. Disable the problem detection during the maintenance. Okay. If you go through the names, you'll understand what exactly it means. First one, detect the problems and alert. Okay, even though you enable the maintenance mode, you want to detect the problems like CPU high, memory high, or any garbage collection related alerts. Okay, and you want to generate the alert for that. Then second one is detect the problem but don't generate any alert. Okay, and then disable the problem during the maintenance. This is the most appropriate one. Okay, so you want to disable it, disable the monitoring of the object because it will generate the alert. Then alert in turns connected to the service now so that it will create the tickets. Those are unnecessary tickets because patching activity is a known activity that is going to happen every month, right? We don't want any alerts or tickets for that. Okay, so for that reason you need to select disable problem detection during the maintenance mode, right? Then if you want, you can select this as well, disable the synthetic monitor execution, right? Then we'll go for the next option, schedule. Inside schedule, you need to check the recurrence. It means how often you want to run this maintenance mode. Is it going to happen only once or weekly or monthly, right? Or daily? So many options are there. So now I'll go with the one option, that is once. Here you will find the start time and end time. At what time the maintenance mode should start, I mean suppressing of the alert should start, and when it has to end. Make sure start time should be less than the end time. Start time should be less than the end time. For example, if I select 25, what it will say? See, if I select 25, start time must be prior to end time. That's what it is telling. So now what I will do, I will select this one as 30th and then I'll go for start time. I'll select as 25. So it means what? I'm selecting the time frame here. So it will enable the maintenance mode from this time to this time. Okay. So this is how you need to select the start time and end time. Now come down here, you can select the time zone. For example, I'll go with the Central European time. Without making any further changes, if you click on save changes, the maintenance mode or a suppressing of the alerts will apply to the entire objects whatever present inside the Dynatrace. But that is not the case in the real environment, because we usually do the patching for setup servers for this week and setup servers next week, right? So in that case, you need to apply the filter, like you have to provide the servers list. For example, I'll click on add filter. Here you will find many more options, whether you are going to apply it on any entity or host group. For example, if I select host, you will find that option. You can select host is there, host group is there, ESXi host is there, many more options are there. For example, I'll select host because I have only one server in my environment. Then entity, again I'll choose host. Suppose if you have already created any host group, then you can go for the host group option. What is host group? Collection of the host, right? So I will go with the first option, that is host, and then I'll select the name. This is my computer name, right? So now what I did, this maintenance mode or suppressing of the alert will applicable to only this object, nothing else. For example, I have hundreds of servers in my environment. I don't want 99 servers to be suppressed. I want only for this server. Then go for this option. Then go for this option. Suppose if you want to keep 20 servers in maintenance mode, you can do one group, that is host group, add all the servers into that and select host group option here and then provide the exact group details here, right? Right now I don't have any host group, that is what I'm not selecting. But if you create the host group, I already made a video how to create the host group, that is there in my channel. You can check it, right? Next one is entity tags. If you want to enable the maintenance mode based on the tags, you can create that as well. That is what they're mentioning. And if you come down, you can add the management zones. So here you will find the overall thing. You can see, right, this maintenance window affect what all. Here you can see, right, entity. For this server only it is affecting the maintenance mode, right? So once you are done with all these changes, then you can click on save changes. Okay, I'll just go here and click on save changes. Now we have created one maintenance window here, and that information again you will see it here. If you go a little top, you are able to find it, right? Just remember the path. You should go to settings option, then maintenance window. Inside maintenance window, monitoring, alerting and availability. Okay, here you are now ready with the maintenance window for the patching of May month. If you want to create new one, again click on add maintenance window, provide the proper details. If you don't want, click on discard changes. Then delete the expired maintenance window. If you want to delete the expired maintenance window, just click on this. And if you want to delete it from here, here you find an option, right? Into mark, you can click on that. It will go automatically, right? Hope you got the information how to enable the maintenance window.
In this video, we'll talk about process availability monitoring in Dynatrace. Imagine you have a Apache web server and it needs 4 worker processes. Suppose there are only one process running at this moment. Definitely this can lead to a overload, request give up, or server becomes slow, or eventually even that one process may crash, right? In such situation, we can take use of the Dynatrace tool, which can count the number of processes, and if it is not as per the expected value, then it will trigger the problem notification for us to fix the issue. So without making any further delay, let's start how to configure process availability monitoring in Dynatrace. Right now I have connected to the Dynatrace console, and then I will go to the apps. Inside the apps, search for settings. Then click on setting classic. Okay. And inside this particular screen, look for process availability related. You will get all the data associated to the process like configuration, each and everything inside the process and containers. So let me expand that. Yeah, here you will find an option called process availability. Of course, I'll explain about all other options also in other videos, but in this video I'm mainly concentrating on process availability part. So I'll just click on this process availability, simply click on add monitoring rule and provide the name for this one. I'll give it as process monitoring. Okay. And if you want to be a more specific which process you are talking about, then you can give the name of that process as well. So let me do one thing. I'll go to my EC2 instance and I'll look for particular process. So I'll type ps dash eup. It is going to display the list of processes that are running. Okay, so just to demonstrate, I will take use of the process called bash. Let me see how many processes are running at this moment. ps space minus eap pipe grep, then type bash and then click on enter. Right, you can see that currently this particular process is running. So I want to monitor this process. If the count is less than x, then I want the alert. Now what I will do, if you see this particular screen, there are currently only one process is running by the name bash. So let me make it as 2, like I will do sudo su and then I'll execute this particular command again. Yeah, now you can see, right, there are 2. Earlier it was 1. Now when I connected to a sudo su, then the word count become 2, right? If I execute this one, you will get more clarity. Yeah, you can see, right now there are 2 processes are running by the name bash. If you want to have the exact count, then take use of this particular command. So what I will do, if the process count is less than 3, I will set up an alert. Definitely it should trigger an alert, right? Because right now the process count is 2 here, that bash, right? Just to trigger how the alert will be looks like. To make that one, I will give that particular condition. Of course, if you give the value as 2, then it will not create any problem for us to understand this particular concept, because already 2 processes are running. So it will not create anything. What I will do, I'll go to my Dynatrace console and I'll give as bash process monitoring. Of course, in case of real-time environment, you need to take use of the exact application related processes. It could be like Apache related or database related, Nginx, something like that. Okay, and then here you will get an option to select the operating system. On which operating system it should select, Windows, Linux, AIX. Now I'm testing it on Linux part, so I'll just unselect these 2 options, right? Scroll down and this is the main important part. Here it is clearly asking minimum number of matching process. Here you need to provide the proper value. How many process should be running to check this particular rule. If we give 2 here, then it will not create any problem notification for us, because already 2 processes are running. So minimum number of process, it is matched already. What I will do, I will give it as a 3. Now what happens, minimum number of matching processes equals to 3. So our condition will fail here, because here we are giving the value as 3. But if I go to my EC2 instance, the value how much it is? It is just a 2. So our condition is not matched. We should expect the alert. Before that, we need to configure the rule as well, right? I'll simply click on add detection rule, and rule scope I'll select it as process, and here you will find the different options. Select the process property on which one you want to do that. There are 4: command line, executable, executable path, and user. So most commonly used is executable, right? So I'll simply select that one only, and here you need to provide the condition. So it means what, we need to provide our process information here. How you can give, there are multiple default options they are given. Whichever is convenient for you, you can select. So to make it simple, what I will do, I will mention it as dollar contains, right? And then I will pass bash. Then I'll close this one. So I'm taking this particular condition. You can say, right, contains svc they have given as an example. Now what I have done, contains bash. Make sure spelling is correct. CONTAINS and then bash within the brackets. Then I'll simply click on save changes. So with this one, what we have done, we have created one particular process availability detection rule. Whenever the process count is less than 3, we will get an alert. And of course, if you want to make any modification, you can do that part as well. So just remember the path, it is settings, process and containers, and then process availability. Here it will list out whatever you have created. Right now I have created only one, so you have only one option here. To make the modification, expand this one and do the necessary changes. Like if you want to make the changes in the process count, or operating system related, or changing the rule scope, or condition, whatever you want, you can do that part. And later point of time, if you don't want to do this particular process monitoring, of course you can click on this delete, it will go automatically. I'll go to problems and I'll open new tab, and it should display the problem details for me. Yes, you can see that there is one active problem in last 5 minutes. What is that one? Minimum process something it is showing. Okay, let me click on that so that it will go to the next section and it will clearly explain. You can see right, minimum process count not met for the rule bash process monitoring. And of course you will get the host information as well, on which particular host or which particular machine this issue is occurred, and you will get a complete detailed information here at what time it triggered and what is the age of that problem at this moment. All those things you're able to see. If you want to analyze more on this part, then click on view host so that it will go to the host section and you can make the necessary changes. So now what I will do, I'll go to my rule and I'll make the count as 2. So there are two processes running at this moment on the particular instance. So it is matching our condition. It means the problem should go automatically. Whatever the problem you are seeing at the screen, right? There is one problem, right? So if you wait for 1 or 2 seconds, it will go automatically because it has matched the our condition. Process count is equals to 2. So it means everything is good. I no need to trigger the alert. That's how the Dynatrace understand and it will close it. So hope you got the understanding about process availability monitoring setup in the Dynatrace. In this video, I'll explain how to create the metric events, or you can see how to configure the new custom alerts in the Dynatrace. To create the new metric events, you should go into settings. So go to apps. Here you type settings and then go for setting classic. Okay, this particular screen you will get. Inside settings, you should go for anomaly detection. Here is that option, anomaly detection. Let me expand it and you will find all the free configured setup here. Like if you go to the web application, you will get all the free configured alert information. For mobile apps, you will get here. For custom apps, for custom crash rate increase, database service, so many things are already there here by default. In case of infrastructure also, host related, disk edge related, already configured. Okay, but our interested part is metric event. So you want to configure something new. For that, you should take use of metric event option. So let me go to that option, metric events. Okay, and here you will create the new metric events. To create new one, you will find an option called add metric event. So simply click on that and scroll a little down. Provide the name to this metric event. For example, I'll mention it as CPU usage monitoring. Okay, usage monitoring. Then scroll down. In query definition, and particularly in case of types, there are two things. One is metric key and another one is the metric selector. So we already covered how it works with the help of metric key. For this video, we are more interested in the metric selector part. So I will take metric selector now, and here you need to provide the proper selector information. If you don't know anything, you can type CPU. It will display whatever is available with respect to CPU. Okay, we are interested in the CPU usage in terms of percentage. So something should be there. You can see it, built-in host dot CPU usage. So this one we can take it here. Still, if you are not aware how to provide the metric selector information, don't worry. You can go to the search and type Data Explorer Classic. Okay, and from that also you can get your selector information. Let me show you that how it works. Right, so this particular screen will get, and here you can select the metric information. For example, I'm working with CPU. Here also there are high level, like CPU means definitely it will come under host. You can click on host. It will show the data whatever is available with respect to host. If you're working with database, then click on database. It will show the metric associated with that. Okay, So since I have selected host, you are able to see host related metrics here. I am interested in the CPU usage part, so I'll simply click on that. And of course, if you want to make any modification like filtering, that is also possible. For example, here you can select split by host, and on top of that, if you want to do any filter by like host and then name, okay, so there are two servers currently I'm monitoring in my environment. In case of real-time environment, here you may get hundreds or thousands of servers. So in that, whatever the servers you want, you can add it here based on certain condition, or if you have the less number, you can provide or you can select one by one. So since I have only two servers, to demonstrate what I will do, I'll select this particular server only. Okay, and then you can click on advanced mode. Yeah, your query is ready. I mean your selector is ready. You can take use of the selector in the metric event. And of course, if you want to make any modification, you can do that. For example, this limit 30 is not required for us. We are not limiting the value for 20 servers. What that limit indicates, if you are not aware about all those things, I have already covered in the DQL section. If you are not seen, you can go ahead and watch that video. Okay, limit 20 clearly indicates show me only 20 data, nothing else, not more than 20. If you mention limit 30, it will show the data 30. Okay, but we want everything, right? We are not restricting to 20, so I'll just remove that part and I'll copy this entire thing. And then I'll go to this setting classic and I'll provide the matrix selected information here. Hope you got right how you can deal with matrix selector. If you want to learn more about that, simply click on this option. So it will take into the documentation and you can read over there to write this particular thing. Okay, and of course, as I said, you can take use of this data explorer also to get the same thing, right? Suppose I'll tell one more thing. So in some situations, as I said, you may get multiple servers need to be added here. So let me do one thing. I'll add two servers here. Instead of one server, I will add two servers. So again, I'll give a host name and I'll select this one. If I go to the advanced mode, it will show two server information here. You can see that this is my first server and this is my second server. Okay. Likewise, you can make so many changes here. Instead of equals, you can type contains and then give some data over here. Instead of complete name, you just give this much. Still it will take because we are given the condition contains. So that's what I'm telling. You can use the this particular selector however you want. You can give particular server name, or by using the contents you can get the list of servers. So depending on the need it is. Okay, for now what I will do, I will not make any much of the complication here, otherwise it will be confusing for you guys. So yeah, I'll just remove this part and again I'll copy this and I'll go to setting classic and I'll provide here. So totally we are going to monitor the CPU usage for these two servers. If 100 servers, then you can take use of the contents and give some common value. Then it will display everything. Okay, hope you understood. Suppose if you are still not understanding about contents part, let me know in the comment section. I'll explain that also with another example. And then comes management zone. If you have anything, you can select here. So since it is a demo environment, I have not created any management zone over here. Then comes important part, that is monitoring strategies. So model type, there are different options like static, auto adaptive threshold, or seasonal baseline. For example, I'll take static threshold and you can provide the value here. For example, here we are doing the CPU usage monitoring. If the CPU usage is greater than 85%, I want the alert, something like that. And of course, you can click on this use suggested thresholds. So Dynatrace will give automatically for you. But for now, what I will do, just to show how the alerts will looks like, I'll give very less value. For example, I'll give 2%. Okay, just 2%. Definitely the server CPU is more than that, and we should definitely get an alert. And here we are setting into percent in terms of percent. And then you can select this one, alert on missing data. This is also important. And then comes alert condition, whether we want the alert if the metric is above X% or below X%. In our condition, we are setting if the metric is above X%, means above 2%, we want to alert. So I will take first option, right? And of course, you can provide any advanced model properties as well. For example, by default, now it is giving the violating samples as 3 and sliding window as 5 and de-alerting sample as 5. Okay, so I'll not touch anything here. Then I will provide the title here. To start the title, you can put this open flower bucket and you can provide the things here. For example, I'll select entity name and of course I'll select metric name as well, and I'll mention CPU, right, usage monitoring, and description also you can provide according to your need. And then comes event type. So you need to mention here what type of event it is. Is it custom alert or availability related, error, info? So many things are here. I will select it as custom alert. And yeah, we are done with creation. Now I will go ahead and click on save changes. So with the help of this, we have created one metric event where we have taken use of the concept called entity selector. So that's the main important point here, how to select this metric entity selector. So if you know how to write it from this particular screen itself, you can write. And if you want to take use of this data explorer classic, yes, you can go ahead and use up that also. Okay. So if we wait for a few seconds, now we will get a CPU usage alert, because we set the threshold value as very minimal, 2%. Definitely we should get an alert. So for now, what I will do, I'll go to problems. Before that, you can click on this show in explorer and you can see the data here as well, so that you can understand what all are crossing our threshold. Like we have set the threshold as 2%. So here we'll understand what are the component crossed 2% value. Okay. Yeah. So one is 0.99%, another one is 3%. So it means one is clearly crossing 2%. I'll make it as a table so that it looks better. Okay. Yeah. So one is 0.3%, another one is 6.65. So we should get a CPU usage alert for this particular server, right? So in case of real environment, it will not be like this. It will be 85, 90%, something like that. Just to demonstrate how the metric event works, I have kept it very minimal. Okay. So now I'll go to the problem section and we can verify whether our new problem is created or not. So in the problem section, let me see the count. Yeah, so one more problem is triggered. Let me expand what it is. Yeah, this is the one, whatever we are given, the same thing is coming now. This is the server name and then this is the metric name, right? CPU usage we are using, and then after that we have provided the name as CPU usage monitoring. From that only it has created this particular name. So let me show you that one more time. I'll go to the setting classic. I'll scroll down. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Entity name is server name, metric name is CPU usage, and after that whatever the keyword I have given here, same thing is coming. Hope it is matching correctly, right? So this is how the entity selector works in the Dynatrace. So you can go to that particular problem and you can work on that, what exactly happened. So it is showing one event and what exactly it is, here it is. The CPU usage percentage value was above the normal behavior because we have set it for only 2%. So because of that only it triggered the problem.
In our previous videos, we already covered about synthetic monitoring, but at that time we have taken use of the locations whatever given by the Dynatrace. But in real-time environment, so everyone will more focused into the private locations, and from that they do the synthetic monitoring. So if you are visiting our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to it and also click on the bell icon. So without making any further delay, let's start. To do the synthetic monitoring from the private locations, we need to have a virtual machine. On top of that, we need to install the ActiveGate. So to perform those steps, what I will do, first I will build a virtual machine. Right now I have connected to the AWS console and then I'll go to the EC2 instance. and then I'll click on launch instance. I'll give the name as ActiveGate 01. Alright, I'll scroll a little down. As I said, I'm taking use of Amazon Linux. By default, it is taking 2 virtual CPU and 1 GB of memory. You can see right here it is. But to demonstrate this part, I mean the ActiveGate part, so at least we need a 2 GB of memory. For that, what I will do, I'll simply click on the scroll down button and I will go ahead and take use of this one. 2 virtual CPU and 2 GB of memory. This is more than sufficient. But if you taken 1 GB of memory, definitely at the time of ActiveGate installation, it will fail. It will throw some error with respect to the memory. Then comes login part. Here I will take use of the one which is already existed. And if you want to create a new key pair, that is very simple and straightforward. Simply click on create a new key pair and that's it. Then comes another very important point, that is configure storage part. By default, it is taking 8 GB. If you go ahead with this 8 GB, definitely it will fail. So simply I'll take 40 GB and then I'll click on launch instance. So you should be very careful when you are selecting the minimum requirements for the Azure virtual machine or the AWS virtual machine. Because if you have provided the less right, then it will definitely fail. Now I'm ready with our virtual machine. So simply I'll go to the instances and I'll connect. This is the one I have created. Select, click on connect. Come down, again click on connect. So from this what we have done, we have successfully installed the virtual machine. Our next task is install the ActiveGate over there. How to install the ActiveGate? For that, go to the Dynatrace environment. In the search bar, type deploy ActiveGate. Okay, here it is. Let me select that. So once you click on the deploy ActiveGate, so it is directly going to give the list of the commands for you. Copy that and run it over the virtual machine. It is very simple and straightforward. So by the end of the video, you will come to know. Okay, now we are in the phase called install environment ActiveGate. For demonstration, what we are taking? Yes, Linux, right? So I'll simply click on Linux and here you will get 3 different options. For what purpose you are using the ActiveGate, based on that you need to select here. First one is mentioning route OneAgent traffic to the Dynatrace, and second one is run synthetic monitors from a private location. Yes, we are very much interested in this particular part. So what I will do, I'll select this one. Okay. Then comes step 3. What it is saying, assign this ActiveGate to the private synthetic location. If the private synthetic location is already created, simply you click on this button, you will get that location information and you can choose here. Right now, if I click on this one, you are not able to find anything because I have not created the synthetic location, I mean private synthetic location. To create that, what you can do, you can simply click on create private synthetic location. Let me open that information in another tab so that I can explain you in a better way. This is the place you need to provide the information about your private location. Right now, it is empty. What I will do, I will give as Mumbai. Okay, I'll give it as Mumbai. If you want to give any other information also, fine. Like Mumbai, then I will give space and then I'll give it as testing. That's fine. It is up to your choice. Location name. Then comes geographic location. Let me search by the name Mumbai. Yes, you can see right, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and other informations are also there. I am interested in this one, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Let me select that. And here you will find an option called install ActiveGate. You can do this activity later point also. But if you want to install the ActiveGate immediately, that is also possible. Let me click on this install ActiveGate so that another page will open. Meanwhile, you can save these changes directly. That is also possible. Okay. So if I go to the settings, web and mobile monitoring and then private synthetic location, and there you are able to see one location were created already. So where we can check that one, I will go to the settings first and then I'll go for web and mobile monitoring and then comes private synthetic location. Okay, here you should able to see one. Yeah, it is there already. You can see right, Mumbai testing is there and no monitors were assigned to this and no ActiveGate is assigned because we will not install the ActiveGate itself. Now what I will do, I will install the ActiveGate. For that, I will go to the install ActiveGate section and I will choose the operating system. I am interested in the Linux part. So let me click on that. Then click on create token. If you have any create tokens created already, and you can take use of that, not a problem. And then comes what is the purpose of this ActiveGate. I am interested in monitoring the synthetic monitors by using the private location. So I'll just go ahead and take use of the second one. If you are interested in traffic related, then take use of the first one, route the OneAgent traffic to Dynatrace. Okay. Then comes step 3. Here you can do assign this ActiveGate to private synthetic location. Okay. As we mentioned already, if I click on this scroll down button, now I should be able to see my private synthetic location information. Like, yes, Mumbai is there. Earlier it was not there because this is not created. Just now I created, right? That is what you are able to see, that information about my private location. But anyway, the ActiveGate is not yet installed on this particular location that I am covering now. Okay, I'll come to the step number 4. Do you want to execute the browser monitor from this ActiveGate? Yes, let me select that part. And then comes important point, that is step number 6. So I need to download the ActiveGate, right? For that, what I will do, I'll take use of this particular command. Okay, now it is copied. I'll go to the AWS virtual machine and I'll paste, and then I'll click on enter. So what I have done, simply I am downloading the Dynatrace ActiveGate 1, right? You can see, right, Dynatrace ActiveGate Linux, and then some information about the version. Once the ActiveGate is downloaded successfully, then second step, that is verifying the signature. For that, what do you need to do? Simply copy, go to the VM again and paste, and then click on enter. That's it. So with the help of this one, we are going to verify the signature. So you'll get the information as verification is successful, something like that. That means verification is done properly. Okay. So let's just wait for a second. Yes, it is completed. CMS verification is successful. So now what happened? We have downloaded the Dynatrace ActiveGate and we have verified the signature. Next step is install the downloaded Dynatrace ActiveGate. So to install that, we have the commands, right? So here it is very important. In the step number 8, we need to choose the proper OS information, like whether we are using the Red Hat 8, Red Hat 9, Amazon Linux, depending on the requirement. You can choose and the commands will change automatically over here. For the demo purpose, I am using the Amazon Linux 2023. So, and the commands to install Dynatrace ActiveGate for that one is here it is. Run the installer with the root rights. Okay? So we need to log in as a root and then run these particular commands. So to become a root, what I can do, I will type sudo su and then I'll click on enter. Okay. Now you can see, right, I have logged in as a root. Earlier I'm not with a root, but now I logged in as a root. Okay, I'm good with this information and I'll simply paste the command whatever I have copied from the Dynatrace. Then I'll click on enter. Okay, now the Dynatrace ActiveGate installation is completed successfully and also the required module also running. For example, we are interested in the synthetic module, right? You can see now Dynatrace synthetic module is running and also the installation of package is finished successfully. So it means everything is good from the server end. Now we need to verify whether this ActiveGate is reflecting or not over the Dynatrace. For that, what I will do, I'll go to my Dynatrace environment and inside the ActiveGates, you are able to see that. Okay, how to go into the ActiveGate section? You should go to the deployment status, then ActiveGates. Okay, now then right now I am getting 2 ActiveGates, one which I have created earlier. You just leave about that and we should concentrate on this particular one. 172.31.04. Just to verify or cross check what I can do, I'll go to my AWS console and I can see the IP address of that. Okay, you can see the private IPv4 address 172.31.04 and that is what we are getting over here. It means what? We have successfully installed the Dynatrace ActiveGate. And also if you want to see the modules whatever created on this one, to check that you can just expand this one and you are able to see. Right now I can see these 2 modules, synthetic and another one is beacon forwarder. What is our main point? Our main point is synthetic. Anyway it is enabled, it means we are good with the ActiveGate installation part. Now what we can do, we can again go back to the search option and then type synthetic over here, and here you will find an option called synthetic classic. You can take use of synthetic also, both are going to give the same result for you. Then click on create synthetic monitor. Okay, So since you are already aware, there are two methods in the Dynatrace to create the synthetic monitoring. One is browser method, another one is HTTP monitor. We already talked more about these two things in our previous videos, so I'll not talk much about that because in this video my main focus is into the private synthetic location creation. Okay, for the demo purpose I'll create as HTTP monitor and I'll provide the name here like www.google.com and then click on add HTTP request and provide the name here. I'll simply copy this one and I'll put here as well, and finally click on add HTTP request. So what we are done, we are trying to monitor this particular website, that is www.google.com, and the method we are using is get. So is there any other methods? Yes, not only get, you can get the different things like post, put, delete, add, patch and option. Okay, then response status code verification, it will fail only when if the status code is greater than or equal to 400. Okay, scroll down, click on next, and here is the main important point of this video, that is nothing but selection of the allocation. Okay, selection of the location. Right now frequency it is taking by default as every 1 minute. If you want to modify that, just click on this button and do the things over here like 2 minutes, 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And of course, as I told earlier also, you will get one certificate question from here. What is the minimum time interval it will ask? So just remember 1 minute, right? Okay, let me scroll down. This is an important point of this video, that is selection of the private synthetic locations. Right now it is clearly saying 0 locations selected. Okay, so in our previous video, whenever we come to this particular page, we were selecting randomly like Cape Town or Beijing or Hong Kong, something like that. But in case of real time environment, they will ask like create your own location and from that monitor the URLs. So we have created our own location, that is Mumbai testing, right? Are you able to see that name? Yes, here it is, Mumbai testing. And also of course you can see the type here. If it is given by the Dynatrace, then it will mention it as a public. But if it is created by your own, then it will give it as a private. So this is how you can make the differentiation. Of course, you can get other information like content and title. You just ignore that part. But here is the main thing. Type I have given it as private. So what it means, we are going to monitor the www.google.com URL from this particular private location. Okay, I think you got an idea how to create the private location in the Dynatrace. Now I'll simply click on next and it is going to give the summary view here, like what is the name we have selected, how the frequency, and what is the location, HTTP request, and what is the estimated cost of that one per month. Then I'll finally click on create HTTP monitor. So we are done with the creation or monitoring of one particular synthetic monitor, that is www.google.com, right? So let me wait for a few seconds so that I can show you the metrics, whatever it is collecting. Okay, now we are able to see the data. You can see, right, availability is 100%, and then the average response time is 77 milliseconds. And if you scroll down, you can get the availability over here as well, and you can see the color codings also. For example, this is for availability and this is for a local outage and this is for no data. You can see, right, this is for the availability. So what I will do, instead of last 2 hours, I'll make it as the last 30 minutes so that you can get the data clearly. Yes, this is for the availability, complete 100%. And if you want to know the performance information, that is also possible, how it is responding on different time intervals. If there are any problems created for this particular monitor, that information you will get here, and events you will get here, and field request information here, and the HTTP request whatever we are given at the time of configuring, that information you are able to get now. And then comes response size, that information is also available. Scroll down, and what are the properties? We have chosen the HTTP monitor and we have chosen the location only one, that is Mumbai testing, and request also mentioned 1, and how often it is going to check, every 1 minute. And here you will get the response code. You can see, right, everywhere it is giving it as 200 only. Suppose if it gives the response code greater than or equal to 400, then it will create a problem notification for us. And if you want to assign this monitor to any application, you can simply click on this, it will do that. Okay, and of course if you want to create any tags for this one, you can take use of this add tag,
and provide the information. Like simply click on add tag and provide the info like environment and value is production or BVT, something like that. Click on add tag and you are able to see the tag information here. Okay, and if you want to see the execution details, then you can click on this. It is going to give the detailed information about execution. Before that, I will do on-demand execution. Means whenever you want to see the availability of that particular URL, you can take use of on-demand execution and you can run it. For example, here you have an option called trigger now. If I click on this trigger now, it is checking at the background. Execution was triggered on one location, that is Mumbai testing, and you are able to see the data, execution ID, triggered at what time and from what location we are testing, and the execution stage is triggered, and you will see the result here. Still it is running, because of that it is not showing. Let me refresh or wait for a few seconds so that you can see the result. Yes, now you have the data. Result is success. So this is about on-demand execution. So I'll go back to my previous screen and I'll explain one more option, that is analyze the execution details. So simply you can click on that option so that it is going to give you the detailed information about the execution part. Yes, you can see it. Request ID, visit ID, location name, public location information, and URL, what is the method we are used, and then it will give the information about request headers. Okay, and along with that, if you want to make any filtering, that is possible with the help of a request. If you want to do, you can simply click on this attribute request, and if you want to filter only for the timing, so that you can just click on timing, it will give the data for that. And of course, if you want to do the response filtering, just click on response, so it will select only the response related data over here. Okay, hope you got a complete idea how to set up synthetic monitoring from the private location. In some situation where we are not able to do the HTTP or HTTPS endpoint monitoring, in such case we can take use of the NAM. For example, ICMP, TCP or DNS. Means if you want to know whether a particular server is up or not, then you can go for the ICMP protocol, right? Likewise, if you want to do the port check availability, suppose if you want to know whether the port 22 is available or not, so in that case you can take use of the TCP. So in this video, I'll completely explain how it works. And yeah, if you're visiting my channel for the first time, kindly subscribe and also click on the bell icon for the notification. I'll connect to my Dynatrace console, and then in the apps, I will type synthetic. So one important point here we need to understand. So this NAM is available only in the modern Dynatrace, not in the classic one. So for that reason, we should definitely click on the first one, that is synthetic, not the synthetic classic. Because if you click also, it will not be there. You will get only two things there, that is HTTP and one more is browser. So this is the modern console you will get for the synthetic related information. Here you will get synthetic monitors and private location. As the name itself clearly indicating, private location will give the information about your locations, whatever you have created on your own. For example, now I have only one, that is Mumbai testing. Like that, synthetic monitor will display the information whatever is available at this moment. So since it's a demo environment, I have created only two synthetic monitors. One is google.com, right? Another one is crackbus.com, and you are able to see. By the end of the video, you will be able to see one more monitor that is NAM related on this particular screen itself, right? And also you have the grid filtering option here. Depending on the requirement, you can choose here. Like you want to do it for the browser related filtering or click paths or ongoing issue related. So many options are here. You can choose according to the need here, right? So to create a new monitor, here you will find an option called new monitor. Let me click on that. So it will provide three options here: browser, HTTP and network availability. As I said, first two you can see in the old Dynatrace, but this network availability you will see only in the new Dynatrace. Let me click on that so that it will go to the next page. Here we need to provide our required details. For example, here we need to give the monitor name. I will give it as ping monitoring, right? Then comes the second step, that is we need to select the protocol what we are going to use. It will give three different protocols like DNS, ICMP and TCP. Since I am interested in the server up or down part, so I am going with the ICMP. Suppose if you want to check the port availability as well, then go for the TCP. Okay, let me select the ICMP and you can provide the information here, like I want to do the server up and down monitoring here, right? After that, you can provide the tag also. As I explained multiple times in my previous video also, tags play a very important role when you are creating the problems, management zones, or enabling the maintenance mode. Lot of advantages are there. So I'm not setting up anything for now. I'll simply click on continue, and then comes next step, that is related to the request. Okay, so in the request you need to provide the proper IP address information, whatever you are going to check. For example, if I scroll down here, it will ask what are the IP address you want to check, whether it is available or not. So to give the demo, what I will do, I'll go to my AWS console, then I'll go to my EC2 instances, and I'll check any one of the server which is already there. Let me click on this and copy the public IP address. Right, we need to copy the public IP address, then we can check whether this particular server is available for the ping or not. Let me clear the screen. Okay, and then I'll type ping and followed by the IP address, then click on enter. If the server is pinging, then it will give the information over here. If not, we need to check. Okay, for now it is giving the requested timeout, but I know for what reason it is giving. So I'll show you that. Let me minimize and I will go to exact server name and scroll down, and here you'll find an option called security, then go for the security groups. Here you need to enable that. Right now ping is not enabled, because of that it is not giving any result. So after enabling that, it will definitely allow that, right? Let me click on edit inbound rules and then click on add rule. Right now it is allowing only for TCP, that is 22. So to add extra rule, you can click on add rule, and here you can search. I am interested in ICMP part. Okay, all ICMP IP4 is available, and I'll select everything, means any, then click on save changes. So it means what happened now, we have enabled the ICMP on that particular server. I'll go to my command prompt, I'll try to execute that one more time. Right, you are able to see the result now. Earlier it was requested timeout, but now it is giving the result because we enabled the ping, so you are able to get the data over here. I'll go to my Dynatrace again and I'll copy that IP address. Sorry, I forgot that one. Where is my IP address? Let me go to that EC2 again and then go to instances running, and here it is. I'll simply copy this one and I'll paste here. If you want to give the multiple IP address here, put a comma and provide a other IP address information over here. Right, then how many packets you want to check? I want to check number of packets 1 and data length 32 and timeout to reply. You can change it if you want to modify. For example, I want to give it as 2 seconds for the timeout or 1 second for the timeout, like that you can give. So only two options were there, either you give 1 second or 2 seconds. Default it will take it as 1 second. Like that for number of packets also you can give. You can check it for only 1, or you can give it for 5, or you can give it for 10. So number of echo packets in the range, it should be 1 to 10. Whatever you give, that will accept, but by default it will take 1 only. Okay, I'll leave as it is. Right, then comes the constraint parts. Here it will give the two things. One is success rate, another one is ICMP success rate. Now it is telling success rate, right, is greater than or equal to 80%, then that is valid. If it is less than 80, then that is not a valid. Some issue is there that we need to check, something like that. Even for the ICMP success rate is also same thing. If it is greater than or equals to 80, I mean the value, it is good. If it is less than 80, like 50, 60, 70, then we need to check on that part. Okay, so if you want to set up a alert for the performance threshold also, you can set it up, and then you can choose the value here, like threshold value 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, something like that. After that you can click on continue, so that it will go to the next page where you can choose the location. In my environment I have only one location, that is private location, Mumbai. So in case of real-time environment, you will be having the multiple location here. So what I will do, I'll session, that is Mumbai testing, then I'll click on continue. So we are done with the general part, request part, and frequency and location part, and outage performance is pending. So I think frequency you are not yet seen that, right? I'll show you that. Yeah, so in case of select frequency, right now it is taking 1 minute, so it is going to check the availability of that particular server or whatever it is for every 1 minute. If you want to make it as 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and yeah, of course you can do that part, right? So I'll scroll down and then I'll go for the continue again. Then in case of outage handling, if you want to select it, yes, it is possible. If you don't want, just unselect it. So once you select that, what it is saying, generate the problem and send an alert when the monitor is unavailable at all the configured location. So now how many we have? Only one. So if it is not available, then it will create a alert for us, like global outage, something like that. Okay. Then click on continue, and this is the summary. We have given the name as ping monitoring and multi-protocol, and subtype is TCMP. And then comes frequency every 1 minute. Location is just one, that is Mumbai. And performance threshold we have disabled. If you want, you can enable that. And then outage related, and what is the total consumption per hour. It is going to give the complete information here. And finally you click on save. So what we have done altogether now, we have created one ICMP monitoring, or you can say ping monitoring, for one particular server. For this particular server, we are doing that activity. Let me go to my console. Yeah, now you are able to see, right? Within a few seconds, you are able to see all this data. Like, is there any active issue or any affected locations? What is the availability and total downtime and maximum request duration? Everything you are able to see. But if you want to see right away, then you have one more option, that is called on-demand execution. Let me click on this on-demand execution. So it means you can run it whenever you want. For example, now I want to run it. So you can simply click on trigger now. Suppose if you have multiple location in the environment, and if you want to choose from one particular location, then you can click on this drop down and you can select the location. Since I have only one, it is just giving Mumbai testing here. And inside the processing mode, you will get three different options, that is standard, disable the problem detection, and execution details only. The name itself, it is clearly indicating what exactly they are going to do. So I will leave with the standard because I want to get the problems and all when that is down. So I'll leave as it is. Then I'll click on trigger now. So once you click on trigger now option, so it will run at the background and it will give the result for us. You can see, right? Triggering status summary. Execution could not be triggered on the following location because throttling on the location, minimum duration between the successive execution for a single user is 60 seconds. Okay. So what it means, it is already running, right? I'm trying to run it one more time. Due to that, it is showing this particular error. So no worries, you can wait for 60 seconds and then you can click on trigger now and it will display the data for us, right? Okay, I have clicked on trigger now again, and now it is working as expected. You can see that execution was triggered on the following location, that is Mumbai testing, and it is giving the corresponding information like what is the execution ID and who has started this one and from which location and what is the execution status, if it is failed and for what reason it is failing, and what is the result, whether it is a success or failure. It is going to give all the information. So just wait for 1 or 2 seconds and you are ready with your data. The execution status is triggered and it should complete. Yes. Now you can see that data are retrieved and result is also success. It means what? Now we are able to get the data properly and there is no issue with this particular server. If you want to know the details in a better way, what you can do, go to the synthetic and choose the particular one, whatever we have created now. Let me click on that. So it will give the detailed information. You can see that availability is 100% and performance is 1 millisecond. It is completely available. There is no active issue and there is no affected location, right? Availability is 100%. And then who has created this one? So many properties are available for you. And if you want to know the more details, simply click on view details. You will get the graphical data. Easy to understand what exactly happening with respect to this particular NAM monitor, whatever we have created, right? So last 2 hours it is going to give complete empty here because just now I created, right? Let me do one thing. I'll go to time filter. I'll make it as -5 minutes. It means we're going to check the data up. So we're going to check the data up last 5 minutes, right? It is loading. Yeah, you can see that availability is 100%. Likewise, if you scroll down, it is going to give the RTT information for you. Average round trip time. Okay, so now it is taking 1.21 millisecond. Like how oftenly it is going to respond for us. When you ping a server, how quickly it is responding. That information it is going to give. 1.21 milliseconds. Now comes another important point. If you want to add this information over the dashboard, how you can do? So Dynatrace has given the list of metrics that it is supporting. So I'll go to the section here. Dynatrace article. So it is clearly mentioning what all are the information it can support. So in the latest Dynatrace, you should check by this particular keyword, and in case of previous Dynatrace, you should use this one. ICMP packet sent is there, packet received is there, round trip time is there. So what I will do, I'll go to Data Explorer Classic and I will show you. For example, here, if you click on this option, then go to available in Grail and search for ICMP related here. So it is in alphabetical order. So let me go for I. Yeah, you can see, right? ICMP execution time is there. ICMP request success rate is there. ICMP round trip time is there. Means how quickly it is responding. Let me take an example of this one, ICMP round trip time. So then click on run query. So you are going to get the result over here. You can see, right, how it is responding. 1.21 milliseconds it is taking here. Suppose if you have the multiple servers over there, then you can go for the split by, and then you can choose multi-protocol request target address and then click on run query. So before clicking on that, you can see, right, now it is simply saying ICMP round trip time network availability request. After run query, you are able to see the exact server information. You can see, right, it is going to give the IP address of that particular server. This is the one, 16.171.160.49. So what I will do, I'll just pin this information to my dashboard and I will create a new one. So you can click on create a new dashboard and provide the name to that. I will give it as ping dashboard. Of course, you can modify that whenever you want. Click on pin. So then click on open dashboard and you are able to see the data over there. Okay, and now you are able to see the data in the dashboard, and of course you can modify it according to the need. Like if I click on this option and then edit tile, so if you want to choose a different tile, yeah, that is possible and you can do that part. Okay, so instead of graph, I want to see the data in the table format, so it looks good for me. So I'll choose the table and then I will save the changes to the dashboard. So now you will see the data in the table format for that particular information. So like that, multiple metrics were available. You can choose according to the need and you can add that information. So click on done and we are ready with our dashboard, and you can modify it later on. So this is my IP information, and then what is the total RTT for that one. Okay, so for the better understanding, what I am doing now, inside the target selection, I am adding the multiple IP address over here. Earlier there was only one IP address. Now I have added multiple. How you can add the multiple IP address? Just you need to give the comma and then you can give your IP address. That's it. So after that, I have saved everything. Now I'll go to Data Explorer Classic, but here you are getting the average value of all the IP address whatever is available. To get the
in this video, I'll explain real user monitoring in Dynatrace. Okay, one of the important concept in Dynatrace, that is RUM, nothing but real user monitoring. I'll explain how to do the configuration in this video. I have connected to the Dynatrace part of the manage section. If you come down, you will find an option called settings. So click on settings. It will come to this particular page, and here you need to search for application detection. Where that application detection would be present, so that you need to search in this section, and here you have an option called web and mobile monitoring. Expand that and scroll a little down. Here you will find an option called application detection. So by using this option, you can configure the real user monitoring. So for now, I am just clicking on application detection so that it will prompt to the next page where you can provide the application details, right? So for this demonstration purpose, I have downloaded the Easy Travel application as you are seeing on our screen. So I have downloaded Easy Travel application. So how to download or what is the link for this Easy Travel, right? That is also very important. I have given that information in the description part. You can just click on link so that you can download this Easy Travel application and configure accordingly. Okay, so it will take little time while installing this Easy Travel application because it is a heavy application. Just keep that information also in your mind. Since I have already installed that application, so I'll directly come here, and right now I am in the web and mobile monitoring and inside that application detection. So this is how the page will looks like. Once you come to this page, then click on add item. First, for example, once you click on add item, so we need to select one thing. For example, domain match. So I will take, instead of domain match, I will take URL contains. So what I will give? URL contents equals to this one, HTTP localhost 8079. So if this match is there, then application detection for that. And if you want to store that information separately as application, click on create application and provide here easy travel. I'll give the information as easy travel, then create application. So what happens now? In the console, you will see this particular name, easy travel. Okay, if you go inside that, it will be connecting to this particular URL, right? So then after providing this information, you can come down, nothing, right? No need to do anything. Simply click on save changes. Very straightforward thing, right? So once you have configured this information, and if you go to that particular URL and whatever the action you do, all the information start capturing in the Dynatrace console. I will show you that information also. Right now it is saving everything, right? So after saving also, I'll show you how it looks like. Yeah, now it is showing easy travel, and inside that I'm checking URL contains. If you want to see more information, just expand that, and later if you want to make a modification also, that is also you can do it here. You know the path, right? Where we need to do that, go to setting, then web and mobile monitoring and application detection. Once you configured here, then you should come to application and observability. Application and observability. Then click on front end. Okay. So whatever the things we have configured so far, that information will come and sit inside the front end. Okay. Now it is loading. You are able to see that information. That information means easy travel application information. You will see it here. Okay. How it is performing, what are the way we are opening that application, whether we are using the Edge or Chrome or real user connecting that, or any bots are connecting that, all the information it will capture and put it. So that is how we need to analyze the real user monitoring. It is just loading. Okay, you can see, right, easy travel application is already created, but it is not having any information here. Why? Because nobody has connected to that. Even though if you click on that easy travel application, it will be completely empty. So it is not having any information. You can see, right, now it is refreshing the data. Inside that you are able to see load action. Load action means how much time it is taking to load the page. Then XHR action. What is XHR action is? It is nothing but whether you are dragging, clicking, that kind of information you will store here. Then all browser means in which browser you are opening this application, Edge, Chrome, Firefox, like that. Then all user type means whether it is a real user or any bots were there, that information will be present inside all user types. And one great thing is all these options are clickable. If you click on that, you will get more information below for all these things. Like if you click on all browser, you will get the all browser details here. Then if you click on all user type, you will get the information for that. Then view geographical location means from where all this website is accessible and they are connecting, users are connecting, that information it will give. Then if any errors, it will give that information here. Likewise, AppDex rating means how good your application is performing, that you will come to know by using the AppDex rating. It will give the value from 0 to 1. Based on that, it will do. Okay. So now everything is 0 because nobody has connected to that. Now what I will do, I will go to Microsoft Edge. Right, I will just refresh this page. I'm just wanted to do the real user monitoring for this URL only, right? So what I will do, so right now it is loading. So once it is loaded, I will enter some information here like from date to date, or you can whatever you do. If you click on home or special offers, about, so everything will be captured inside the Dynatrace. So that is what we want, right? How our application is performing, we wanted to know that. So that is what it is doing now. So now I will click on home. So it is now, you can see on the screen, right, it is loading. It will take some time because I have only just 4 CPU, and this easy travel application is very high. I mean, it's not lightweight application, so that is what it is taking little time. So if you click on about, or if you click on contract, so everything will be get captured inside the Dynatrace. Right now I am in the contact us. Then I will go to home page. If you click on home page, where it will ask for username, password, or what location you are going, so all those information will be present there. Okay, so just wait a second, it is loading. Okay, now are you able to see, right? I have selected the destination, then from date, and then to date, right? So you can click on that, it will show the details. For example, if you want to make any other change in the trip destination, that also you can do it here. So start typing your destination, it will asking. So I'll type something like AM. Okay, it is giving the list here. Now I'll select any one of the option here. For example, I'll select this one, Ozan, and I'll give the details from date as 1st May 2025 and to date as 28th May. Then I'll click on search. If anything is there, it will give the information. If nothing is there, it will give the no journey found, right? So each and everything, whatever I am doing right now on the screen, right, it is capturing inside the Dynatrace. Now if I click on login, it will go to the login page, right? So it will ask for creating the username or a password, right? It will ask that information. Now I have made something, some actions in do. I will go to web console, Dynatrace console. Okay, now you can see the data, right? Easy Travel is my application name, and it is saying AppDex is unacceptable, means it is not performing well. If you want to see the more information, then click on that Easy Travel again. So it will give the detailed information here, right? So load action, it is taking 12.9 seconds to load the page. Why it is taking a lot of time? As I am clearly telling, I just installed that Easy Travel in my laptop. So as that is not a lightweight application, so it is taking all my CPUs. On top of that, I am using the screen recorder also, so that my CPU and memory, everything is consumed now. So when I try to open this application in the Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, it is taking that time. Okay, hope you understood that point. Then here it is saying 100% desktop user. Yes, I am using my desktop to connect that. So that is what it is saying as desktop. If anyone connected from the server and all, it will give that information as well. Okay, then 100% real user. I am the real user, right? I only connecting to that web application and all. That is what it is saying, real user. If any bots were using, then it will give that information as well. Since I am the only one person using, that is what you are seeing. Load action as 12.9 seconds. Yeah, and of course we can see whatever the pages we have connected so far, it is giving that information here inside the top 3 pages. So these are the 3 pages I have recently connected, right? And then domain name, that is localhost only I am trying to connect. You can see on my screen also, right? I am trying to connect the localhost, so that is what it is showing, localhost there. Now I will refresh this application page one more time, so that you will get lot more information here. Earlier few columns were not updating with the data, right? But you will able to see the data now because all the things are captured properly now. Just wait for a second, it will show the data for you. It is loading. Yeah, now earlier it was showing only load action, but now you are getting the XHR action details and errors and third party CDNs, many more details you are getting now, right? So this is how you can capture all the information. If any other persons connected to that web application, even that information also gets stored inside Easy Travel. Okay, like that you will get the detailed information of the persons who are connecting. You can see, right, load action 12.9 seconds and XHR. As I said, XHR means how much time it is taking to load or a drag, all those things will be there, and error is less than 0.1 per minute is there, right? So this is how you can do the things. Then if you want to add any tags here, just expand this one and create add tag, so that whenever you are enabling the maintenance mode and all, that time it will definitely help you. So right now I have connected to the Dynatrace console. In the search installed apps, type Agentless Real User Monitoring. Here you are able to find one option called Agentless Real User Monitoring. Just click on that option so that it will go to the next page. It will ask for some configuration. Based on that, it will start the monitoring. In this demo, I don't have any application. For that purpose, what I did, I have created one small HTML file, so that when you run that HTML file, for example, this is the name of it, Hello Dynatrace RUM. If I double click on this file, so that it will connect to the browser and it will show this particular data. Hello world Dynatrace RUM test. This is a simple test for real user monitoring. So based on this, I am going to explain how to do the agentless real user monitoring. Okay, so this is how it looks like, agentless real user monitoring, and here we need to provide the name of our application. For example, I will give it here demo my web app. It is up to our choice to decide the name. So once you provide the name, just click on add a web application, so that it will create one JavaScript that we need to copy and install it on our HTML pages. Wherever we want to do the real user monitoring, we should add that particular JavaScript in the HTML pages. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just click on this copy JavaScript tag. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, and then what I will do, I will go to our web page. For example, this is my web page. I will edit with the help of Notepad, and then we need to provide this particular JavaScript tag in the HTML header. Okay, I just added our JavaScript here, so that whenever you run this particular web page, that information you are going to capture inside the Dynatrace. Why I am doing like this? Because I don't have any real application in my laptop. Okay, so just to show you guys, I have created this one. If you want, you can just create the same kind of HTML page and do the testing. So I have added my JavaScript here. I will just save this information. Okay, not save as, it should be save file, and then click on save. Now our HTML file is completely ready. Okay, so what I will do now, I will start opening that particular page multiple times, so that our Dynatrace can able to communicate that. How you will able to see that information? Right now it's clearly telling waiting for the user actions, and this is in the different color. So let me try to open that particular web page multiple times. For example, I'll keep on click this particular web page multiple times. Okay, now it is opening the .html page and you are able to see the data. Let me open again our file explorer and double click on that file and open it one more time. I will do multiple times like this, so that our Dynatrace can get this data to monitor it. Okay, so I have opened multiple times. Let me go back to our console. Still it is waiting for user actions. Let me try few more times so that it can capture the data. So everything, I am just opening that particular HTML page, nothing else, so that it will try to establish the connection. Okay, so now let me go back to our Dynatrace console. Yeah, now you can see, right? Now our application monitoring is started. Now the status is changed to green color. Earlier it was in the warning state. Now it is in the healthy state. How it is changed it to healthy state? Because we have done some of the real user actions there. What we have done? We have opened that particular application. You can see our web page, so that it is captured the information in the Dynatrace. How we have done that? We just went into the Agentless Real User Monitoring section, and then we have copied this JavaScript tag and added this particular JavaScript tag into our HTML pages. So as soon as you added the data into the HTML pages, you are able to get the data. Please make sure to remember that our JavaScript tag should be added near to the head. It should always present near to the head. That is what the recommendation given by the Dynatrace. Now what I will do, I want to see the informations whether it is captured or not properly. I want to see that. What we can do for that, here you will find an option called View Web Application or View Application. Just click on that, so that it will directly go into our front end page or the application page, where it will show the data clearly, like from which browser you are connecting that applications, and are they real users or bot, and from which location they are connecting, how much time it is taking to load the page, what is the overall AppDex rating for that application, and what is the XHR ratings for that. It is going to give the clear information, and also is there any errors. So like that, it is going to give the detailed information without installing the Dynatrace OneAgent. How we have achieved this one? Just by adding the JavaScript into the HTML pages through the Agentless Real User Monitoring. Now what I will do, I'll just change this last 2 hours to last 30 minutes, so that we are able to get the data clearly. Okay, now I have changed to last 30 minutes. Now I will just click on this option. Whatever is appearing here, these all are clickable. If you click on that, below it will give the more detailed information about it. Now what I did, I click on the browser option. So it will tell what browser we are using. Right now it is telling we are using the desktop, and how much time it is taking to load that page, 4.2 seconds. And is there any error? No. What is the XHR action in that? Right now there is no XHR action involved in that. What is XHR? It is just like double click, drag, all those things. Right now we are not doing anything, right? We are just opening the web page. That's what it is not showing any value for the XHR. So like that, if I double click or if I click on this particular one, desktop, so it will tell inside the desktop what browser we are using. Right now I am in the Microsoft Edge. That is why it is giving the Microsoft Edge. Suppose if you use the Chrome, then it will give the Chrome information as well here. Like that you can get the more detailed information. And then if I scroll back and then click on this one, real users or the top user types, it is going to tell whether real users are connecting or is there any bots are connecting. That information it will give. For example, now it is clearly telling all the users who were connected to this particular web page are real, because I am only connecting, right? I am the real user, so that it is giving 100% of real users. If any bots were there, then this percentage will reduce 90%, 80%, something like that. If you want to analyze more about this one, then click on analyze performance option. You will get the detailed data. Now I click on this third option, that is view geolocation. What it means? From where, I mean from which location I am connecting that particular web page. Right now I am connecting from Asia, then India, then Karnataka, then from the Bengaluru location. So like that it is going to give the detailed information. So if any users are connecting to this web page apart from Bengaluru, then that information also get stored here. Like this you can easily understand the geographical location details also, like from which locations our users are more. From this we can clearly understand about the traffic, from which location traffic is high, Asia or Africa or America, so that we can clearly get the picture about the traffic information, right? Then what is the next option? Load action. Load action. What is load action? How much time it is taking to load that particular web page. It is taking 4.2 seconds to load that one. 4.2 seconds. So that's what it is giving the information in the tabular format as well. You can see, right? Visually complete 4.16 seconds. Total load action is 6 per minute. Load action per minute with visually complete is 5 per minute. Okay. So this is how you can do the agentless real user monitoring. So whenever you are doing with your real-time environment, so you should talk to your developers and provide the particular JavaScript to them, so then they will insert that JavaScript tag inside the HTML pages, so that it will start monitoring all the data whatever you want. Like that you will get the information about the XHR as well, and if there are any errors it will give that information as well. Then here comes the AppDex rating. What is AppDex rating? It is going to give the overall performance of our application. It will give the value from 0 to 1. If it is closer to 1, that means our application is performing very well. If the value is less than 1, it will start giving the different namings for that. Like 0 to 5 is different, okay? Like 0 to 0.5 is different, 0.6 is different, like that. As you can see on my screen, it is giving the different namings for that. But overall, if the value is towards the 1, that is really good behavior of our application. So this is about the performance analysis. Like that you will get the information about the user behavior also, like all users, all user types, all the information will be captured in this particular section. Like this you can switch the things between the performance analysis and user behavior. Same data you can use in the dashboards, and you can create the beautiful dashboards for the customers or for your analysis purpose, so that it will create a different matrix for you, and you need to add that matrix in the dashboard. Like already you might have watched my dashboard related video. In that I clearly explain how to go into the matrix and how to extract the matrix for load action or for the CPU usage or for the synthetic monitoring. Okay. And then if I scroll down, you will see the top 3 pages. Right now you are able to see only one. This is on my laptop. But in the real-time environment, you are going to get the exact URL details, which is the top 3 here. Okay, right now it is just a path it is giving, like C, user, admin, downloads, whatever the place I have stored that particular HTML file, right? That information it is giving here. If I go into the download section, you will find that, right? Right now it is there here. No, let me right click and go to the properties, and you will see the same path, C user admin downloads. Here also C user admin downloads, but in the real time you will get the actual URL details. And if you scroll down, you will see is there any problems, what are the top user actions were performed, and is there any events. Like that you can get the detailed information. To write our DQL query, we should go into the notebook section. Here you have option called notebooks, and once you click on that, you will get this particular interface. And to create a new notebook, you need to click on this option. Okay, I'm just highlighting that. You need to click on this one. Let me click on that, and it will open a new page where you need to provide the name to this one and write your DQL query. Right now it is taking by default as untitled notebook, and you can modify that. Let me rename that my first notebook. That's it. Then to write the DQL query, you need to click on this plus symbol and choose DQL here. Okay, and this is the interface. You are going to write complete your DQL query. Okay, every time it will always looks like this only. Once you write the query over here, then you will get a run option. Once you click on run, you will get the result on the same screen itself. Okay, so our first command to learn about DQL is fetch. So the first command is fetch. What fetch is going to do? It is mainly used to load the data from the specified resource. It is mainly used to load the data from a resource. Okay, we go to our Dynatrace console and I will type fetch. Okay, after that you need to choose the data set over here, from which one you want to see the data, like events, logs, system files, events, buckets, biz events. So many things were there. For example, you want to see the data for logs, just select that one, then click on run query. Okay, and here one important thing is, whatever the time you have select here, based on that it will pull the data. So right now it is taking last 2 hours, and based on that it is giving the result over here. Suppose if you make this one as last 30 minutes and then click on run query, so now you will get the data for last 30 minutes. Hope you got the understanding of or importance of this time filter. Here by default they are given these many options: last 1 hour, 2 hour, today, yesterday, last 24 hours, something like that. Suppose you want to do some customization, then click on this calendar option and choose your timelines here, like 8th to 12th. Okay, now you can see that time is completely changed according to our requirement, and then you can click on apply. Okay, this is the importance of our time filter. So let me make into last 30 minutes and run again. Overall, fetch is going to get the complete information from the particular data set. It could be logs, events, biz events, whatever it is. Okay, so this is the importance of that. Now we'll go for the second command, that is filter. What is the use of filter? Okay, so the main importance is to reduce the number of records in the list. How? By keeping only those records that match a specified condition. So based on the condition, it will keep the data in the result. So this is very important. Whenever the word filter comes, right, there is a condition, then only it will give the result. Let me show you that how it works. Here right now we are using only one line of command, that is fetch logs. So it is going to give the complete information here. It is not doing any filtering kind of things. So what I mean, if I scroll it will right, here inside the log level you are able to see lot of information, like error is there, information, debug, warning, none, so many things were there. So it means it is not filtered properly. Suppose if you want to see wherever log level equals to error, it means wherever log level error is there, you want to see only that information in the result. So in such case we can take use of the filter. What I will do now, I will do shift enter so that it will come to the next line, and here you need to enter pipe symbol or you can say bar symbol. Then I will type the command filter, and after this I will provide my condition. What is my condition? Log level equals to error. If this particular condition is matched, then show me that result. Okay, you are understanding, right? We are providing some particular condition here, that is log level equals to error. Let me run that so that we'll come to know whether our query is working or not. Yes. Now we got very less records. Last time it was very high number, but now less. Why? Because based on our condition, Dynatrace is providing wherever log level equals to error, only that information is available for us now. So this is the importance of filter. Like that, not only for the error, suppose if you want to see for the info, right? Log level equals to info. So let me click on run and see the total records, like how much it is available. There are total 1000 records is available where log level equals to information is there. What it means? Scroll down, take little right, then take up. Yes, I'm talking about this one. Log level equals to information. You don't see anything apart from information or info here, because that is how we have given the condition here. Hope you are getting the idea, right? Or the importance of filter. So one more thing is come to your mind, that is, do we need to give only one condition or multiple condition also possible? Yes, multiple condition are also possible. For example, along with information, you want to see error as well. You don't want to see like debug, none or warning, but in the result you want to see error and information. So in such case, what you can do, filter log level equals to info, then you can provide or condition, and again you can put log level equals to, this time it is error. So we are providing two conditions here. Hope you are understanding the things. One is information, another one is error. So will it works? Let me try. I'll click on run. Okay, so now it is getting the data for us. Yes, it works successfully. You are able to see the result. Right now there are thousands records where log level equal to info or log level equal to error is matching. Okay, let me scroll a little right. Yes, you can see, right, both the informations are available, like log level equal to error and log level equal to information. So overall what I am trying to say is, of course you can use the multiple condition inside the filter. Next command we will take filter out. One we learned, that is filter. Now we will take another one, that is filter out. What is filter out? Remove the records that match a specific condition. I will show you with an example, then you can understand. Okay, so just remember the commands, whatever we are covering. I am just listing everything here. Fetch covered, filter covered, and now we are at filter out. Okay, now I'll remove this line completely and I will then click on run again. Now I will take filter out. Okay, it means, so as I am clearly mentioning here, remove the records that match the specific condition. So whatever the condition I give over here, leave that particular condition, and apart from that, whatever the data is available in that table, you just give that to me. So again I will take an example of log level only so that it is easy to explain or easy to understand for you guys also. I'll mention filter log level equals to info. So it means what? I want to see the data in the result pane where except info. Okay, except info, I want to see all other data where log level it can be warning, debug, none, whatever it is, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to see the info in the log level. So for that you can use up the filter out. So it is going to remove the data based on the condition. Let me click on run and I will show you that. So in the result pane what happens? In the log level section you don't see info at all. You can see, right, we are able to see only error is there, debug, none is there, right, but we don't see info. Why we are not getting info here? Because we are giving the specific condition in such a way that don't include that information in the result. We are strictly mentioning in the D key well. Here also you can provide multiple condition, like I will give one more, log level equals to error. Okay, so now I am excluding two things. One is information, another one is error. So whenever you are doing about the filter out, just remember one particular keyword, that is exclude. Okay, I'll run it again, and this time you don't see any information related to error and info in the log level, right? If I go to this particular log level information, and if I scroll down, you are able to see only debug, none, and at the max you are able to see warning. If I scroll continuously at the down or going into the next section, you are not seeing info and error. Hope you are understanding, right? This is how you can do the things with respect to filter out. Okay, just remember the one particular keyword, that is exclude, so that it is easy to write your query. Now we will go for the next command, that is fields. So whatever I am discussing here, these are very important and you are going to use it on daily basis. What is the importance of fields? It is used to keep the specified fields. Okay, let me go to the Dynatrace console and I'll remove this line and I'll run it again. Okay, so now when I run the fetch logs, you are able to see lot of data over here, like host name is also there, log level is there, then dt.entity, right, AWS availability zone is there. Likewise, what else you can see? You are able to see timestamp, content, right? If I scroll down or scroll little right, you are able to see log sources, AWS account ID, availability zone, right? So many things were there. But you are not interested in all this data. You want to see only very few required data in your result section. So in such case, you can take use of the fields. Okay, instead of getting all the columns, I want only few columns what exactly I required. For that you can use fields, then provide the exact column name, like I want to see the timestamp. Okay, let me select that, then put a comma and then type content. Okay, I want log level, and of course I want to see the host name as well. So I will take that also here, host dot name. Apart from this, I don't want to see anything in my final output. Okay, so this is how we can filter, or this is how we can get our proper data. I don't want to get into the unnecessary data. I want to see only this one, timestamp, content, log level and host name. So let me click on run. So with the help of fields, what we are going to achieve, we are going to keep the specific fields in the result, right? In the output we have only 4 columns now, that is timestamp, content, log level and host name. Here log level is there, right? That is what it is mentioning. Host name is there, right? That's what you are seeing, host name here. Apart from this, nothing is there, right? It's almost end. I don't have any option, or I can't scroll right also, right? I am already at the end. It means what? We are getting the data as per our requirement. Okay, so after fetch, do we need to directly go into the fields, or we can take use of the filter and all those things? Yes, of course you can do that. As I said, filter is very much important while writing our query. Like I will do shift enter again, and I want to do filter log level equals to info. So now what it will do, first it will take the complete log information from this line. Once it got the complete log information, then it will apply the filter where it will exactly look for log level equals to info. Wherever log level equal to info is there, it will calculate all that data. Out of that, in the result section, it will take whatever we have mentioned here. In the fields, we have mentioned timestamp, content, log level, host name. So that it will take only this information. Let me run this and I'll show that one. Now one thing we should notice that in the log level, we only see information. We don't see anything. You can see, right, log level is filled with info only, because that is how we have applied the filter here. So you are getting the point here, how to fetch the log, how to filter the log, and then how to select the required column names over there. You are getting, right? It is not necessary like log level only. Just to make it easier to understand in a better way, I will take one more condition in the filter. Okay, I will take contains. Okay, then content. So what I am doing, I am trying to find the particular keyword from the column table. So this is my column, content is my column. So whatever the data over here, I'll just select one particular keyword. So if that keyword is there, then only show that result. Otherwise, don't consider that into the result. So what I can take, deactivated successfully. You are able to see one particular keyword, right? Deactivated successfully. I will add this information here. Filter contains content. What is that? We need to write exact spelling. Deactivated space, then successfully. Now I'll click on run, so that we will get the information wherever deactivated successfully is there. You can see, right? Here is our content and we are getting only deactivated successfully here. Apart from that, we are not seeing anything over here. How we achieve this one? Yes, by using the simple filter. You are getting, right? It is not necessary like log level. You can take use of other things also here. Based on the requirement, you can choose. Okay. Coming back to the fields, here also we are able to see only 4 fields. That is timestamp, content, log level, host. That is timestamp, content, log level, and here you have the host. Right? This is what the importance of fields. So I hope you got the complete idea about that. Now we'll go for the next command, that is field rename. What it means? Renaming the fields. I'll go to the Dynatrace console and I can show that. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll simply run this one. Right now you are able to see all the data, right? Timestamp, content, hostname, all these things were there. But if you see this particular field, right, timestamp, you feel like timestamp is not the proper keyword. I want to mention it as date time. So that looks good in the result pane. So in such case, you can take use of this field rename. So what I will do, I'll go to the next line and I will type fields rename. So on what basis or what name I want to give? I want to give it as date underscore time. I feel this looks good, right? So I will provide this name. To which one? To timestamp, right? So our query is ready. So what we are doing here, we are replacing the field name timestamp with date time. So once I click on run, right, here you will not see timestamp option. So you are able to see date time. Okay, let me show you that. I'll click on run now. So in the result section, it should be date and time now. Yeah, it is there. You can see, right, now it is replaced with date and time. How it got achieved? It is achieved by using the fields rename. So after this, it is possible to select the proper fields in the output, because right now you have other information, right? Content and then host name. There are a lot of information like how we used to get earlier, right? Lot of things were there. Status, process group. I don't want all these things. So in such cases also, can we use the fields here? Yes, you can use. It is not like when you use the field rename, then you should not use nothing like that. You can take use of that also. But you should be remember this particular one, because in the result pane you want the date underscore time, right? So while selecting the fields also, you need to provide that name itself. Like I will type fields and I want date time, comma, then I want content, comma, then I want host dot name. So only these 3 information I want in the result. So I provided the same information with the help of fields, and now I will run it, so that you will get your data. Date time is there, content is there, host name is there. Right? You got right how we achieved this one, like replacing this timestamp with the date time. Yeah, by using the fields rename. Okay, now we'll go for the next command. Limit. Limit is our next command. So I will type limit. So this one is actually comes under ordering commands, right? Ordering commands, like whatever we have done so far, right? This fields or fields remove, fields rename, this will come under selection and modification commands. But what we are talking now, that is limit, it will come under ordering commands. What is the limit? What is the importance of it, right? So we use this particular command when we want to limit the number of return records. Let me show that. Right now, if you notice properly here, we have 18 records for last 30 minutes where we're able to see the exact keyword that is deactivated successfully, and we're able to add this particular information in the result. But I don't want to see the 18 records, like I want to limit this one. So how to do that? For that you can simply mention pipe limit 10. So it means what? I want only 10 records out of this. Let me run that. So maybe for now it looks it's not required, but in some situation you may get thousands of records, right? 10,000, 20,000. But you may don't want to go into all those records. You want to limit yourself like 100, 200, something like that. For example, when you are writing the query for high CPU usage servers, right? If there are thousands of servers, you want to see top 100 only or top 50 where the CPU usage is very high in the last 24 hours. In that case, you can take use of this limit option, right? So very useful, right? Limit. Now, you are able to see the result here. Record count is 10. Suppose if you want to mention it as 5, you will get only 5 records over here. Right? Now it is 5 records. You are able to see that one as well. This is how you can take use of the limit command. So the real importance you will get when you actually worked in the real-time cases, like as I said, CPU usage or logical disk related information. In such cases, definitely it helps a lot. Next important command that we need to learn is sort. What is the importance of sort? It is mainly used to sort the records. Simple and straightforward. Whatever the records we get over here, so this one you can sort it either ascending order or in the descending order. So what I will do, I'll again mention this one as 100 and I'll click on run query, so that it will be easy for me to explain about ascending and descending. That's nothing but what we can call sort. Okay, here I will mention whatever the result I get, I want to sort that result based on the date and time in the descending order. So DESC is for descending. So I click on run. So that what it will do, it will give the data in the descending manner. So 19, 41, 17, 41, 15, 13, 11. You can see, right? It is in the descending format now. Suppose if you want to see in the ascending, then you need to type ASC. ASC is for ascending, DESC is for descending. You can see, right, now the result is changed. It is in the ascending order, means increasing order. 41, 41, 43, 45, 47, right, 49, 50, 51. So when we use ascending, it will be in the increasing order. When we use the DESC, that is descending, that is in the decreasing order, right? So this is how we can take use of sort. And as I said, even the main importance of sort you will get in the real time. Like again, I will take example of CPU usage. Okay, so you have collected the CPU usage report for 100 server. Okay, so some servers are having the CPU usage like 95, some are having 96, some are having 99. So that is giving the output in a random way, but you want to filter it in a particular manner, either in the descending order or in the ascending order. Then we can take use of this particular sort and give the required field name here. Based on that, it will completely sort and it will give the result within a second. So that you can easily understand, okay, 95 means this server is in the top, then 94, okay, it is in the second, then 92%, then it is in the third, right? We're getting the importance of sort command, right, in the Dynatrace. Yes. So we learned about sort as well. Okay, our next important command is count. Okay, what is the use of count? It is mainly used to count the total number of records. We use the count function to count the total number of records. What is the meaning of this one? Let me go to the Dynatrace. Here, this time I will take a different data set. So far we worked with logs. Now I will take something related to the synthetic events. So I'll just simply type synthetic, so that whatever is available, Dynatrace will directly give to us. Okay. So for demonstration purpose, I will take this one, entity synthetic test. What it means, it is going to give the complete list of synthetic monitors available in our environment. If I run, so it will give the list. For example, right now in my environment, I have 2 synthetic tests. So you are able to see the same information. One is yahoo.com, another one is google.com, and also you are able to see corresponding ID over there. Okay, so here there are 2 and you are able to count it very easily. Suppose in your environment 100, 200 synthetic monitors were there, right? Then it is difficult. If you want to monitor the exact count, how many are there in the environment, then you can simply take use of the count function. Like you need to do shift enter so that you will go to the next line. Here you need to type summarize. Summarize is mainly used with the aggregate function, and here we want to count. So whatever the value we received from the above line, right, we want to count it. So I'll just type simply count, then I'll click on run. Okay, yes, we are able to see the result, right? The total count is 2. From where it has received this data? From the dt.entity.synthetic test. Okay, and here it is giving the value as count, but for you it looks like, let me give the another name. So in such case, just assign a value over here. Like I want to give the synthetic underscore names and then give the equals to symbol. That's it. Then click on run so that you are able to see the different name here. You can see right now it is synthetic names. And of course you can take the, you can change the visualization as well. Like we should go into the option and here you can choose. Right now it is taking default. Suppose if you want to see the result in the pie chart, then click on pie. So you are able to see the data in the pie format. Likewise, if you want to see the in donut, then it will give the info in the donut. There are other options as well, like single value, histogram, honeycomb. Single value looks good here. Let me select that. Yes, you can see right. Synthetic names total count is 2. If there are 100, then it will display as a 100. So this is how you can take use of the count. Okay. Not only for the synthetic related, you can do it for anything. For example, you want to count the total number of hosts available in your environment. Yes, you can do that. Just get the data set and then do summarize count so that you will get the result immediately over here. Okay. Hope you got the idea about count. So along with count, sometimes we may need one more function, that is count distinct. Okay. Count distinct. What is the meaning of count distinct? So it is going to identify the distinct value, distinct record only. So I'll type count distinct. Okay, DISTINCT. It means it will going to calculate the unique records. Just remember word unique. So that would be sufficient. I will show you how it works. Type symbol, then type summarize. As usual, this is mainly for the aggregate functions. This time I want to see count distinct. Okay, available, and then we need to provide the value here. Which field you are interested to count the distinct value? I am interested in the host dot name. Okay, now we are good with this information. Host dot name is there and it is having only one server information. Let me execute that, whether it is going to give the correct result or not. Okay, it is running. Yes, you are able to see, right? We have only one server, right? If you have the like hundreds of servers, right, in the report, and if it is repeated, then if you use this particular command count distinct, right? So out of 100, it will take only the unique values over here. And of course, you can give the different heading as well to this. Like I will give the total count. Then click on run so that the heading will change to total count, right? Total count. So this is how you can take use of the count distinct. Suppose along with, you don't want to see the number here like 1, 2, 3, something like that. You want to see the unique records itself. You want to see the exact server name itself. In that case, what you can take? You can take collection distinct, right? Collect distinct host dot name. So this time what you will get? You will get the server name. Last time we got count, how many different values were there. But this time you will see the what are the different servers were available. So I'll just write that as well. Collect distinct. Right? So here you will see the names. Let me minimize and run this one so that you will understand easily. Yes, you can see, right? Now we are able to see the exact record name, I mean server name. In case of in case of count, you are able to see the number, so it is going to give the numerical value over there. But with the help of collect distinct, you are able to see the exact name also, right? Hope you understood the exact difference between collect distinct and count distinct. Okay. Now we'll go for the next one, that is count if. So I want to count the value if a particular condition is satisfied, then only. Okay, based on condition. So if that condition is matched, then count it. If that condition is not matched, then don't count it. Like I will take synthetic location related. So let me type the keyword synthetic so that it will display whatever is available. I am interested in synthetic location part, so I'll just choose that and then I'll click on run, so that it is going to display the complete list of locations that are available in the environment, right? Jakarta, Milan, Taiwan, so many there. Like total count is 92. Out of this one, I want to count based on certain condition, like count if entity name, that is location name, equal to London. I want to see how many are there. Okay, so that I'll do shift enter, so that it will come to next line. Then I will do summarize, and here I will provide the condition count if. What is the condition? Count if, then brackets, entity name equals to, double equals to, remember that, then provide your value. It should match London. Okay, if this particular condition is satisfied, then give me the count out of that. Let me click on run. So it is going to display how many locations by the name London. There are 3 locations by the name London. So whether it is giving the correct result or not, we can verify that as well. For example, I will simply remove this line. Now what I will do sort, then entity name, then type descending or ascending, whatever you want. Then click on run, so that we can see the exact name of that. Now it is in the descending order. You can see, right, it started from the Z. I'll simply scroll down and I'll go to L. So it should be show the result London. That is 3 count should be there. You can see, right, there are 3 locations, London, and having the different ID for that. Maybe because these are from the different cloud providers like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. Because of that, we have the 3 different location over here. But you got a complete understanding, right, how we can take use of the count if. This is how. Okay, count if. You need to mention the condition over there. Next important command that we are going to discuss is ends with. So let me type that. Our next command is ends with. I will show you how to use that. Let me go to my DT, that is Dynatrace, and I will take example of fetch logs to demonstrate that, so that it is easy for you to understand. Click on run. So here you have lot of data. Okay, so but I am interested in wherever the content, that is IMDS for MAC is there, right? So I want to see only that, because so overall thing with the ends with is, right, so it is going to check the end information, whatever the line would be, logs would be. So it will check the end information, whatever the condition we give here. Based on that, it will check the logs. If that particular keywords or line is present at the end of that log, then it will display that information. So to understand that, what I can do, let me take one which is very big in size. I'll copy this one and I'll paste. Okay, so I want to search like this. If this particular keyword is there, then it should display that information, right? So now what I will do, I'll do shift enter, pipe, and then I will mention filter. Okay, then here I will mention ends with and provide the condition. From which field you want to check that condition? From the content field, and then provide the value here, right? So if this particular condition is matched, then display that result. So this is how it is. Let me click on run. So it is checking at the backend. Yes, these all are the value where this particular line is matching or the keyword is matching, that is network, interfaces, and whatever the IPv4 is there, right? So it is matching everywhere. You can see, right? The same thing is here, and of course it is present at the end only. So that is what we mentioned, right? Ends with. So based on that, it is checking the value wherever it is ending with this particular information, right? You got an idea, right? How to deal with ends with. If you want one more example, I'll remove this one and I'll then click on run again. I will take a different thing and I'll show you that again. Okay, now. So this time I'll copy this one and I'll go to my Notepad Plus and I'll enter. Okay, the line is master email deactivated successfully. This is how it is. But I wanted to see deactivated successfully. Wherever the line ends with deactivated successfully, I want to see that one, right? I'll just copy this one and again I will give the pipe symbol. So what exactly pipe symbol will do? It will take the data from the previous command and it will send it to the next command, right? So I will filter and then ends with content and then the exact value and then close it. Okay, it should be here and then click on run, right? So now this time it will check wherever it is ending with deactivated successfully. Yeah, you can see, right? For 115 records it is ending with deactivated successfully. You can see that cloud config service deactivated successfully, ATD service deactivated successfully. So many things were there, and if you want to count this information, then put a summarize and pass count here so that you can show the data in a numerical value and click on run. So it will give the count, and if you want to see in a different visualization, as I said earlier, you can do that. For example, I'll take a single value, and then if you want to share this one to the dashboard and all, that you can do. I'll cover that part in the upcoming classes. You can see that add to dashboard, so that you can add this information in the dashboard and share that information to the customer. Whenever they want to see the exact thing, what exactly happening in the logs part, they can use this dashboard and they can analyze it very easily. Hope you got the idea about ends with. Next important command is make time series. Very important. I'll type here make time series. Okay, so when we will use this one, it will help you when you want to aggregate the metrics, logs or traces or events over the time interval. So what it means, let me show you that. I'll just remove these logs, this particular line, and then I'll click on run so that I'll get the complete logs there, and then I will take use of make series over there. Okay, now I have run the fetch logs so that it will give the complete log information. Then I will do some filtering over here, like filter log level equals to info. So I'm just taking out of the I'm just taking out information level only. So I'll simply click on run so that I'm getting the data like wherever info is there. So after that I'll take use of the make series command, pipe symbol, make time series, right? This is how you need to write the function make time series by, and exact command. This is how it should be, make time series, and after that you need to provide, like I want to count, then count, and then dot by. So based on the log level we are doing, right? Log level, and after that you need to provide the interval. This is also very important. So because we are doing the time series, right? Based on that only where it will work. I'll give it as 15 minutes, and then I'll run. So now it is going to give the data based on the time series for us. You can see, right? This is how it is. Suppose if I exclude this one, you will get the better result. Let me run now so that you can get all other things like, yeah, you can see, right? Based on the time series, we can make the segregation and you are able to see the data. For debug is also there, and error is there, info, none, notice, everything is segregated based on the time series. Next we'll learn about another important command, that is fields add. I don't think that's we have covered, right? No, it's not yet covered. Fields add, and of course we'll learn about if else condition, how to use the if else condition in the while writing the DQL query. So what I will do, I'll go to my Dynatrace console. Here I have written fetch logs and it is giving all the data over here. But now I will do some filtering condition in such a way that if this particular condition is matched, then this is the result. If this is not matched, then another one is the result. It is just like I'll mention if, and I will provide the condition here. If this condition is matched, then result is, I'll mention as all good. Okay. Else, we need to provide the else part. If this particular condition is not matched, then we need to say issue check, something like that. The condition will work in this format, right? So we need to provide if and then give the condition. If this condition is satisfied, then this is the result. If this condition is not satisfied, then this is the result over there. Okay, make sure to close the double quotes as well, right? And here also I'll put quotes for easy to understand. Okay, so this is what we are going to achieve now. Okay, here I will take some value. For example, I'm able to see something like querying IMDS for Mac, right? So some log I will take here. So whenever this particular log is matched, then I will say all good. If it is not there, then I will say issue is there, please check. How to do that? Go to the next line and I will give fields add here. This is very important. What is fields add means? You are going to add a new field over here. Like for example, now you have timestamp, content, host name. Like this, you are going to create a new field here and you will give the value as a result to that. Okay, and you are giving the field name as a result. Then I will provide the if else condition here, like if I will give contains, and then I will provide the field name here. Content, this particular content field contains, what is that? It contains, let me select this value, copy value and put it here. If this particular condition is matched, then you can say all good, right? Else, suppose if this condition is not matched, then you can say issue check, please check. Okay, so in real time it will not be a real time example, but yeah, so I'm just explaining how the if else condition is working here. So I'll just remove this one, get or whatever it is. I want to check only for this one, querying IMDS for Mac. Let me put this particular information in the quotes. Right, now our query is completely correct. So we're able to say, right, what we are doing, we are checking the condition. If the content is matched, then give as all good. If it is not matched, then in the result give issue is there, please check. So this is what our requirement. You will see one more field and with corresponding results. You can see, right, this is the one result. From this one it is coming and it is checking the condition whether this particular line has querying IMDS for Mac. Yes, it is there and it is giving all good. From where it is taking this all good? It is taking from this one. Let me check the second line. In this line, that particular keyword or a log is not there. So what it is mentioning in such case? It is mentioning issue is there, please check. Like that, it is checking for all the lines and it is giving the result here. And to look better or to check in a different visualization method, so what you can do, click shift enter, or you can type in the straight line also, in the singular line also, not in a problem. Now what I will do summarize, then I will count it. Okay, So on what basis I'm counting that? By result. Okay, so and I will run it now so that you can get the better data. You can say, right, all good, how many are there? 156. Issue is there, please check how many are there? 2246. That is the count. Okay, so of course you can rename as well, just like output. It is just like adding masala to your food, so that it will looks better, right? Yeah, output 156 and 2243. This time I will take pi. Okay, now the result is fantastic, right? You are able to see in a good way. In the pie chart, it is giving in the clear cut format, and of course you can change the color here. I think I can take this one and then I'll close this one, so according to that it will change. Okay, this is not looks good. I think let me expand this series color, and this is the better, I believe, and then close. Yeah, this looks good. So how we achieve this one? Just by using the if else condition. Of course you have a lot of option for visualization, so whichever feels good for you, you can select that one. Once your data is ready, and of course you can add this information to the dashboard and they can share that to your friends. Okay, hope you got an idea about if else and fields add. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to do the synthetic monitor creations with the help of Dynatrace APIs. We already discussed how to create the monitors or synthetic monitors with the help of a GUI. Right now, I have connected to the Dynatrace environment. For the creating the synthetic monitors, we need to create some access tokens for that. So I'll just search by the keyword access, so that then I'll click on access tokens and then click on generate new token. So provide the name for the token. I will give it as synthetic. Then if you want to set any expiry date, select the timelines as for that. I will leave as it is. Come down, and this is very important. You need to select the scope of this particular access token. For example, I want to know whatever is available for the synthetic. So I will select read synthetic monitor execution, write synthetic monitor execution, and also read synthetic locations, write, and then create and read synthetic monitors, read synthetic monitors locations and nodes, and what else? Dynatrace module integrations, synthetic related. So I want to create this access token for all these scopes. So I just selected all those things, and then I'll click on generate a token, so that our token is now ready. You can see, right, it will show whatever things we have selected, and then it will give the token ID for that. So let me click on copy. I will paste it in any one place. Okay, then after creating the token, we should go into the API section, where we will find the APIs part in the Dynatrace. Here is the place. You just need to click on that and then go to environment API v1. Okay, now we are in the Dynatrace environment API section. Come down and look for synthetic related. Is there any available? Yes, there are few options were available. For example, synthetic monitors, synthetic locations, and third party related. I am interested in synthetic monitors, so I'll just expand this one. Then here you will find different options here, like get, post, delete, get, put, what you are going to do with the help of that API. I want to create a new monitor, right? So that here you will find that information. Create a new synthetic monitor. So just expand this one, or first you should authenticate this particular API, right? Just click on this key icon and paste that token here, then click on authorize. Once it is connected, you will get an option called authorized. It means we are connected. Then click on close, come down, and then click on try it out option. Okay, so here it will information what exactly this particular API is going to do. We are able to see, right, anomaly detection related and outage handling. These are already available. If you want, you can include this one. If you want, if you don't want, you can remove that. Like what is the location we are using? You can see, right, locations. Then manually assigned apps we are providing. What is the name of that browser? All these information will be available. You need to modify as per the requirement. For example, I am not going to assign this particular new synthetic monitor to any application, so that I will remove this particular section from this one. Okay, it is removed now. Now I will just change the name. Right now it is giving the browser monitor template. I will give it as Google browser monitor template. Okay, I am going to monitor www.google.com, so that I'm changing the name as Google Browser Monitor. Then comes the location. So here they have provided then comes location part. Here they have provided two things. One is geolocation, another one is synthetic location. Geolocation will come into picture when you are dealing with the RUM part, and synthetic location come into the picture when we are doing the synthetic activity. So for that reason I am just removing this particular part, because I am not interested in the geolocation. Just remove that part. And then comes synthetic location. You need to provide the exact location details here. Right now whatever they have given, we don't want that. We want to give our own location details. So to get the complete list of locations available in the Dynatrace, already an API is available. With the help of that you can pull the complete list. Okay, I have already run that API and collected the complete details here. For example, you can see, right, geolocation, what is the geo city, geo country, and then comes what are the synthetic locations were available. It has provided all the information. For example, if I want to do the synthetic monitoring by using the New South Wales locations, then you need to select this particular ID, synthetic ID. You need to select that. Okay, it is clearly telling, right, synthetic ID. So by looking into the name only you should get clear information. If you see this one, it is geolocation ID. We are not interested in geolocation. We are interested in the synthetic location. Likewise, if you come down, you will find a lot many options here. Whatever available when you are trying from the GUI, right, everything will be listed out here. But whatever we are doing, this is not automatic. This is like a manual method here. This is the kind of configuration as a code. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy this particular synthetic ID. Okay, so that it means we are monitoring that particular synthetic monitors by using the New South Wales. Okay, let me go back to our Dynatrace console and then edit this portion. Now the location details also changed successfully, right? I'll put double quotes. What else we don't want here? Anomaly, let it be, right? Come down, synthetic location I have selected, name I have selected, and then description part it is giving something different. I'll just make it as loading of our actual URL, that is www.google.com. it is just a description for you guys, right? Then I will copy the same thing. I will provide same information here. So this is the main place where we are going to use for the monitoring. This is the main place we are going to check, right? So very careful about this particular place. URL, what we have selected, http www.google.com. So you should be very careful while typing the exact URL name here. Then type is availability, and it is providing the version details as well, so that it is easy for the version control. Then if you want to provide any tags here, you can give it here. Right now they have provided as example. I will make it as prod, so that when you create this one, it will create it as a tag inside the synthetic monitor. And then the type what we are using is browser. If you want to make it as HTTP, then type here HTTP, so that it will change it to the HTTP, right? We have two kinds of synthetic monitors. One is browser based, another one is HTTP based. Right now we are using the browser based. That is what it is indicating. Then come down. I think we are at the end of this section. So we are done with all the modification. Of course, in the real-time environment, if you want to make any other modification, whatever given here, you can modify that value. Okay, I'll just now come and then click on execute. Now let me scroll down. Okay, here you can see, right, now the execution is completed successfully, and you are able to see the error code as 200. 200 means it is successfully completed. If it is providing any other error code here, then it will give the corresponding details. If it is failing somewhere, then it will give the exact reason for that. But now in our case, it is completed successfully, and you are able to see the synthetic ID as well. Okay, this is how you can create the synthetic monitor with the help of Dynatrace API. Now let me go back to Dynatrace console and see this information whether it is created or not. So I'll just go to Dynatrace console, then I will search by the name synthetic, and then click on that option. We should see the Google browser monitor there. Now I came to the synthetic location wherein our new synthetic monitor is created. You can see that Google browser monitor template. This is what you want given. This is what we are given, right, at the time of creation. If we expand more, you will get the more details. We have chosen the browser type, and then device profile we have used the desktop, and the status is active. If you want to get confirmation, you just go back to our API section and just check the things here. You can see, right, name we are given Google browser monitor template, and then the device name what we are used, desktop, and the same information we are seeing there also. And likewise, if you come down, you will see the type also. As I already clearly mentioned, it is browser, and in the Dynatrace console also you are able to see the same thing. This is the browser based here. It is clearly highlighting, right? This is the browser based. Suppose if you have selected HTTP, then it will give the information as HTTP here. Now I will click on this option so that we will see whether the detailed information is capturing or not in the Dynatrace. It is loading, so it will give the complete information here. You can see, right? Let me go little top. It is still setting up the monitor. It will take few minutes. Once it is connected successfully, then you are able to see all the data, like what is the availability, total downtime, what are the monitor locations, visual complete load actions, total durations, and also you can get the detailed graph information so that it is easy for the analysis purpose. Okay, so we need to wait for a few seconds. Yeah, of course you can see here also, right, we have given the tag name as prod. That is what it is coming automatically. Let me go back to the API section and show you that information here. You can see, right, tag we have provided, right, as a prod. So that's what it is capturing here as a prod, and URL is www.google.com, and browser login forms no login, and frequency we are selected every 5 minutes, right, and estimated synthetic action per execution is 1. So whatever the value we given here, right, the same thing it is taking here. Okay, now the setup is completed successfully, and you are able to see the data as well here, like 100% available, and the 0% 0 milliseconds total downtime, and we have chosen one monitor location, and this is the home page of our web URL, and also what is the load action it is taking, and what is the total durations. Okay, we already discussed how to analyze all these options in this video, but in this video I am more focused on how to set up the synthetic monitor with the help of Dynatrace APIs. Hope you have got the complete idea on this.
Right now I have connected to the Dynatrace environment, and then I'll go to the app section. So inside that you need to go into the setting classic to create the automatic tags. So just click on this option, setting classic. This particular interface you will get. So first I went into settings, then into the tags, and automatically apply tags. So if I scroll down, you can see the same thing over here as well. Tags, inside that two things, one is manually applied and automatically applied tags. Manually applied we will use very rarely, because in a small environment and all we can take use of that, but in the big environments or to make a lot of modifications for huge number of servers, then definitely we should go into the automatic tags only. Okay, so to create the automatic tags with help of placeholder, you need to click on create tags and provide the name to this one. So on which particular entity these particular tags are going to apply, that's very important, right? So for demonstration I'm taking use of the synthetic monitors, basically HTTP synthetic monitors, and on those I'm going to apply this automatically apply tags using placeholders. So let me go to the another tab, and these are the two synthetic monitors that are available in my environment. So in these two synthetic monitors, if I go to the notepad plus, okay, so I want to extract the server name. So these synthetic monitors contains the server name. Consider the first URL. Okay, so in this KLE51508 is the server name. So I want to extract this particular entity out of this URL and create it as a tag, so I can get the exact server name. Okay, so that's what our requirement. You may have the n number of URLs monitoring in our environment, and each URL is having the server name, then you want to extract that one. So without placeholder it is very difficult. You can't log into each synthetic monitors and apply the tag manually. That is going to take a huge amount of time. And of course a normal key value option is also not visible here, because each URL is having a different server name, right? To solve this kind of issues we can take use of the placeholder concept. Okay, let me come back to my setting classic section, and I'll provide it as server name. So we're extracting the server name out of that URL, right? So I'm just mentioning the key value as server name. Of course you can give anything, ABC, XYZ, whatever you want. Then provide the little description here, and after that you need to click on add new rules. This is a very important place. In this only you are going to provide the placeholder information. Let me click on this add new rule. Yeah, so this is how you get. So I'll scroll little up, and you need to provide the placeholder information here. Before providing that,
I'll make a few more changes here. Rule type, always it should be monitored entity. Please keep this information in your mind. Whenever you are working with a placeholder, it should be always monitored entity. Suppose if you select this another option, entity selector, then it is going to fail. Directly get an error saying like placeholder cannot be applicable to the entity selector. So please keep this information in your mind. So that I'll select monitor entity here. Then this particular rule, whatever I am going to create, is applicable to what? Is it applicable to service or host group, custom device, what it is? Yes, we are talking about HTTP monitors, HTTP synthetic monitor. So this rule should apply to that. Let me check, is there anything by the name HTTP monitors? Yeah, you can see, right, we have the HTTP monitors, and inside that it is also mentioning synthetic monitors. Let me select that. So now we are applying this particular rule to HTTP monitor. Then click on add condition. So what we are going to do in add condition, in your environment you may have the hundreds of URL. Out of that, how many URLs you want to apply this particular tag? I want to apply only for 2. I want to apply only for 10. So there should be some condition, right? That condition we need to give here. Since it is a demo environment, I have only 2 URLs here. So what I will do, I'll just scroll it down. I'll mention property HTTP monitor name contains, so there should be something matching, right? So then only it can display all the entities which is matching that particular. So in my case, what is common? Okay, I will take HTTP. If HTTP is there, then display that information. That's what my requirement. So let me type HTTP, okay, and then I'll make it as case insensitive, right? And then I'll click on display entities, so that will come to know on which object it is going to apply. Yeah, we can see, right, there are 2 synthetic monitors which is having the HTTP in that. In real-time environment, you can provide your domain name like .microsoft.com, .dynatrace.com, .xyz.com, right? HTTP monitor name contains .xyz.com. Just list out that, and to that you apply your tag. So something like this. Okay, so let me go little up, and here comes the final and important part, that is tag value. So in previous video, what we are doing like wherever the server name is there, then give the tag as prod. So whatever the server, it could be 100 server, it is going to apply this tag value as prod on all 100 servers. If 200, it is going to apply on all 200 servers. But here our case is different. So each URL are different. We are going to extract the server name out of that URL, right? So for that reason, we need to use the placeholders. So how many placeholders are there? First, we need to understand that, right? So I'll just open notepad or wordpad here. You can see, right, so many placeholders are given by the Dynatrace, and they are clearly mentioning here available placeholders and not applicable for the entity selector based rules. That's what I'm highlighting. It is not applicable for the entity selector. It has to be monitored entity. So what all are available? You can see, right, AWS related is there, Azure related is there, host group is there, host related is there, Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes node, mobile application. So many things are there. So but in this video we are talking about HTTP monitor. Is there anything by the name HTTP monitor? Yes, we have the place holder called HTTP monitor. Okay, that's great. So what is there inside that HTTP monitor? Let me see that. Okay, I've taken the screenshot earlier only to give the better understanding for you guys. Okay, you can see that inside HTTP monitor you are able to see the placeholder. It should be always like this. Okay, you cannot make any single change over here. It should be always like this only, right? So let me go to my Dynatrace and I'll show you how it works. Inside this, you need to provide the information. If I click on this I button, here it is clearly mentioning. Type this particular symbol, flower bracket, for the placeholder suggestion. And if your placeholder is having this /, then you should use that the double quotes inside that. So that's what it is saying. So what I will do, so I'll type this one. It should be there always. Okay, it should be there always. Inside that we need to provide the placeholder name. What is our placeholder name? Here it is, HTTP monitor dot the colon and then name. So let me type that. Okay, so after this you need to provide your regular expression so that it can going to extract that particular entity whatever we want. In my case, what I want this particular information only, so that it will be considered as a server name. Okay, this one KLE 51508. So I have created one regular expression for that, so that it is going to extract that particular entity. What is the regular expression we are going to use here? This is the one. So with the help of this we are going to achieve our condition, and here it is clearly mentioning applying this particular placeholder to the HTTP monitor on HTTP monitor where it contains the name HTTP. Okay, so once you are done with all these things, you need to click on save changes. So I have provided the placeholder name and I have provided the key name and I selected the condition here. Everything is good and it is displaying the exact details over here. So I am good with all the things with respect to automatically applied tags. Let me click on the save changes. Okay, so successfully you have created one particular tag here. Now if I go back to Synthetic Classic, you will be able to see the server name as a tag there. Okay, let me go to Synthetic Classic. Okay, so I'll click on this particular one. I'm checking in the second URL and you should be able to see the tag here. Okay, just wait for a second. Okay, it got created successfully. You can see, right? Server name is the key and value is exact value whatever we were expected. You got the understanding, right? This is how you need to create. So let me expand this one. So yeah, so everything is depending on the that particular condition whatever you are going to give here. Here I am talking about HTTP monitor. According to that I have given here. Suppose if you are talking something else, if you are talking with respect to host, then host placeholder you need to take use and then apply your tags over there, right? So this is how you can create the new tags. And if you don't want to have this particular tag in the synthetic URL, again it is simple. You can simply delete this one. Okay, then click on save changes. And if I go back to my synthetic classic section and if I refresh this particular URL, and it will go automatically. Just wait for a second, it is refreshing now. So it will take all the data from the backend and it will display. So since we have deleted that, right? So this time it should not display. Yeah, it is not going to display anything here. It is completely empty, right? Hope you got an understanding about how to create the automatic tags with the help of placeholder. Guys, while you are creating the dashboard, you are able to find one option called segments. Do you know how it works and what is the importance of segments in the Dynatrace? Yes. In this video, I am going to give the complete overview about the segments, how to create it and what are the importance of segments in the Dynatrace. Okay. To create the segments, you should go into the app section and then go into the settings. Inside the settings, you will find an option called environment segmentation. Okay, this is the place you are going to create your segments. Once you create the segment, it is going to display the name at this particular place. To create the segment, you need to click on this plus icon or plus segment and provide the name over here. For example, I will give it as a prod. Okay, depending on the requirement, you can give whatever the name you want. After that, you need to select the data type. Okay, before providing the data type, I will open the Dynatrace in another tab and then I will show the host. Right now I'm in the app section, then I'll go to the host classic. So what is host classic? It is going to display the list of hosts that are available in your environment. For example, in my environment right now I have only 2 servers. Yes, you can see that there are 2 hosts. In this one, first server belongs to the production environment and second one belongs to the development. So I'll create the segment in such a way that whenever you select the proper segment, you are able to see the production data. And after that, whenever you select the proper segmentation like development related, then you are able to see the data associated with second server. Okay, so let me make it clear. So the one which is ending with 31, that is belongs to the production, and another one which is ending with 131, that is belongs to the development. So I'll create 2 segments in this video. So I'll come back to the settings section and I'll choose the proper data type. So what I will do, I'll simply type host name equals to, and it will display the name over here. So 31 is belongs to the production, so I'll select the 31 here. It is not only for the specific server. If you have the multiple server, then you can take use of the in. What I mean is you can type host dot name instead of equals to, you can select the in, and inside the in you can provide the server name. Okay, so just to make it easier to understand in a better way about the segments, I'm taking example of host here. So I'm selecting again this 31 server. Okay, once you have selected that one, then click on the preview. It is going to give the result over here. Okay, so what are the metrics available with respect to this particular data type? Yes, these are the things available: CPU usage, memory page related, availability, IO bytes read, write, right? So many things are available. These all informations are with respect to this particular server. Then you can click on the save option. So with a few clicks, we have created one segment by the name production. Okay, if I go back to the environment and segmentation and then into the segment section, you are able to see the one segment by the name prod. Likewise, I'll create one more and I will give the name as dev here, and I'll scroll little down, and in the data type this time I'll select host name equals to another one, that is 131 server. 131 is belongs to the development environment, so I'll select that one, and it is going to show the corresponding matrix, logs, all the information whatever is available for that. Okay, and simply click on save. So within a few seconds, what we have done, we have successfully created the two segments. One is production segment, another one is development segment. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll go to my dashboard and I'll create one dashboard. Okay. To create a new dashboard, you need to click on this dashboards option. And in the dashboards, first it is going to display all the dashboards that are available in your environment. To create a new dashboard, you need to click on this plus dashboard and provide the name to this. For example, I'll rename as my first dashboard. Okay, to get the segments that we have created, that is prod and dev, for that reason you need to click on this one and then go for this drop down option. It is going to display, yes, there are two segments available, one is dev and one is prod. But how it is useful in the dashboard, yes, that we are covering it now. Okay, to add the matrix or logs or to create the overall dashboard, you need to click on this plus icon and select the proper information here. First I'll create the dashboard with the help of matrix, so I'll simply click on matrix and then I'll select the matrix information here. You can able to see, right, select matrix, click on this drop down button. I am interested in the infrastructure part, I'll expand that and then I'll scroll a little down and then I'll go to the disk. So I want to know the disk related information in my dashboard. So many metrics are available with respect to disk. You can see, right, disk available, disk used, disk available, disk read time, disk utilization time. So many things are there. So for now what I will do, I'll select the disk available percentage. So if I run it automatically, it is not going to split based on the server level. Okay, because we are not splitting anywhere, right? To split based on the server, here you have an option called split by. Split by, then you need to select the property here. I want to split it based on the host name, so I'll select that one. And then if you want to make the change over here, yes, that is also possible, you can do that. Now I will leave as it is. Okay, then click on run and you are able to see the data. There are two records available and you are able to see the percentage of disk available. You can see, right now for one server 76% is available and for another server 75% is available. If you want to visualize this particular data in a different graph or different visualization, that is also possible. Simply click on this option and then go for a visual and select here. For example, I will select the bar and then click on cancel and you will able to see the data over here. Okay, it is not looks good. I'll select better, pi. Okay, there are two servers so that you can visualize the data very easily. Yes, there are two, one is 76% and another one is 74%, and according to the color also you are able to see the data. Likewise, now I'll create this plus icon again and I'll go to the matrix again and I'll create one more dashboard. Select matrix and then go to the infrastructure, and this time I want to know the information related to the CPU, so that I'll go to the CPU, then I will go for CPU percentage usage and then go for the split by and I'll provide the host name. Yeah, almost all same, just we are changing the exact metric name over here and then click on run. So you can provide the name to this particular tile. I will give it as a CPU related and then click on close. Likewise, I will provide the name to this one as well. Right now it is not showing any name, right? What I will do, I'll go to the edit and I'll give it as disk, then click on cancel. So successfully we have created two tiles here. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll just bring this one this side so that it looks better. You can see, right, this is how you can do the adjustment in the dashboard. Okay, so successfully we have created the dashboard, one for the disk related, another one for the CPU related. Not only for the metrics related, of course you can take use of the logs as well. What I will do, I'll click on plus and I'll show you how we can work with the logs part. I'll go to the dkeyval and I'll write the query here like fetch logs, then click on enter, pipe symbol, filter. I want to filter it based on the log level. I want to see wherever info is there, I want to see that particular information. Okay, then enter, summarize, count, then dot, then comes important point. You need to provide by condition here. I'm going to segregate the data based on the host name, that is host dot name, and followed by log level. Then click on run. I'll click on cancel and you're able to see the information. Now we have set it only for the log level equal to informational. And what is the count for each server? Yes, for 31 server we have 168, and for another this particular 131 server we have 485. So we have two servers and corresponding data we're able to see. But for few it is showing it as null. What I will do, I'll simply try to remove that one. So you should able to see the proper data now. Yes, I'll click on cancel. Yeah, earlier there was one more data right by the name null. Now it is not showing here. So now we have successfully created our dashboard. Our next part is segmentation. That is what main important thing for this particular video, right? So now it is a general one. You are able to see all the data over here for 31 server that is belongs to production. You are able to see the data in all the dashboards, and for 131 also you are able to see the data, right? But if I click on this option and then go to the prod segment, at that time you are able to see the data which is associated with the prod segment. Let me click on prod and then click on apply. So just observe this particular dashboard, you will understand the real difference. Yes, now you can see that I am able to see only one server information here. This particular server related only available. This 31 server disk related, CPU related, and log level related is also available. Like that, if I go to the segments again, then click on this drop down and then I'll click on dev and finally apply. So it is going to give the information with respect to dev segmentation. You can see right now the server name is changed. It is showing it as 131. Earlier we have selected 31, that is belong to the production segment. So we are able to see that particular data. Now 131 and corresponding to 131 server, you are able to see the data over here. Even for the CPU is also available. Even for the log level is also available. Like that, with the help of segmentation you are going to do the smart filtering. So it is almost same, right? By using the management zones also we are doing the same thing. If you are not watched the management zones related video, it is available in the playlist, you can watch that. Okay, but in case of modern dashboard or gen 3 dashboard, there is no option of management zone. There is only one option, that is segments. We need to take use of that one only to create the smart filtering. First we need to create the segment and then apply that segment to your dashboard and you will get the data according to that. And if you don't want to filter according to the segmentation, again you can click on this drop down button and then click on clear all. So it will remove all the segmentation and you are able to see the whole data over here, right? Hope you got the complete understanding about the segmentation. To make it clear, I have taken only the host level, but you can do it for the service level, application level, whatever the granularity you want, right? You can do that. So today I'll explain how to take in a DPL in our real-time examples. So to demonstrate this one, I'm taking use of the synthetic monitors that are available in my lab environment. First, I'll go to the notebook section. To go into the notebooks, simply go to the apps and search the notebooks, and this is how the interface you'll get. Once you get this particular interface, I'll simply click on this new section and I will take example of DQL. To fetch the available synthetic monitors or the HTTP monitor, you can type fetch followed by HTTP, right? So this particular one will display the synthetic monitors, specifically HTTP. Okay, so I'll simply click on this one and you'll get the result. Yeah, in my environment right now I have two synthetic monitors, I can say. This is first and this is second. So now comes our actual requirement. We want to extract the server name out of this particular URLs. For example, in first one, OPS-UIP01 is the server name, and in second one, KLE51508 is the server name. How to extract the server name out of this URL is the main important thing, and to achieve this one, we can take use of the DPL. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll simply click on this one and then I'll go to the extract fields, and this is how the interface you will get. Right now it is showing everything, right? When you type this LD line data, it is showing everything, but our requirement is only this particular item. So for that, what I will do, after LD I'll give a space and then inverted comma, I'll mention as colon then forward slash. So now if you check, we came till this point, you can see that the color is highlighted and our requirement is this particular server name. So now I want again the line data. You can simply type LD, this indicates line data, and select whatever Dynatrace is suggested. And right now again it is showing everything, but we want only this particular item, right? So now I will give the name for this one. I'll give it as server name. Okay, so for better understanding, I'll give it as server name. So after this one, okay, still it is showing everything, right? It is highlighted everything here, but in few of the URLs we have the dot here, and in few URLs we have the forward slash. So we should use the or condition here to select accordingly. How to use the or condition? To use the or condition, you should use the square bracket. Okay, inside that square bracket you can pass the values. What are the different values are available? In some URLs we have the dot, in some set of URLs we have the forward slash. So that's how it is. After that I'll give a space, and then again I will give LD, line data. So now it is clearly highlighting this particular item is going to give the exact server name for us, and it may be ending with a dot or it may ending with a forward slash after the server name. That's not a problem, because here we are using the or condition. It is going to extract both. Okay, once you have done your DPL query, you need to click on insert pattern. Let me click on that option. Okay, so once you click on that insert option, it is going to come automatically here, and it will go to display the result as well. You can see, right, I'm already started getting the result. So server name, it is extracted out of this particular URL, and this particular server name out of this particular URL. So you're understanding, right? It is quite simple. So again, if you go here and extract fields, so it is going to display the result for us. Yeah, this is how we can select it, right? First line data, so it will come till this point, and then I have given this particular condition, whether it is there or not, it will check. Yes, it is there, so it will come to this point, and then I have given the line data. So select the data, so it is going to select everything here, but after that I have given some condition. So like or condition, check two things here. After the server name, sometimes it may be having the dot or it may be having the forward slash. Consider both the situations, okay, so that it will come till this particular place. After that again I have given the line data, it will come everything in this particular column. For example, this particular I haven't given as info. So if I execute this particular line, you are going to get two columns over there. Let me click on insert pattern. Yeah, you can see, right, now information is separate and server name is separate for us. So it is giving some yellow mark here. Why? Because there are two pass condition. So let me run it again now. Yes, you can see, right, there are two separate column. One is for the informational level. That's not required, just to give the understanding how the DPL works. I have added this one, and our main intention part is server name. So once you get the server name, you may get the requirement to use the no add variable in your dashboard. How to use that? For that, you can simply click on this option. First, add this one to your dashboard. I'll simply click on new dashboard. Okay, and it will display the result in our dashboard. Okay, everything looks good so far, but our requirement is to add the variable here. So whenever we choose a particular variable name, according to that it should display the result here. So now what I will do, I'll simply select these names. Okay, I want this particular one, right? This is a server name. Let me copy this one, and I'll put this information in a notepad. Okay, and then I want this information as well. Okay, I will provide this as a variable name, right? So I'll copy these two things and I'll put it here. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll simply click on this plus option, right? Then I'll go for variables and I'll provide the name here. You can give anything. Let me give it as VAR in short. And there are different types to select the variable, either by using the DQL code or list or free text. So let me go with the list option and I'll provide the name over here. So this is my first one. And what is the second one? So let me copy this, go here and put it. If you want a multi-select, you can select this as well, and then click on close. And then you need to pass this particular variable in your result, right? So to pass the variable in your result, what you can do, so select this particular tile and go here. So after this, I'll do shift enter, pipe symbol, and I'll apply the filter here. Filter server name, right, equals to what is the variable name, $var. Make sure it should always starts with the dollar symbol whenever you are dealing with a variable in your query. So after this, I will mention fields, but like whatever is required, right? I will mention here. I want server name and followed by entity name, entity dot name. Okay, then I'll click on run. Let me click on cancel and I'll see the information here. Right now it is showing only one here because it is working according to this one, because here KL is selected. Let me select the OPS and it will display the data according to that variable. You can see it. Right now it is showing OPS related information and followed by the entity name. This is how you can take use of the DPL in your dashboard, right? I'm going to show that particular DQL query one more time for the better understanding. Yes, this is how it looks. Okay. Hope you got some understanding about the DPL.